ho ho ho, yeah ha ha, couple of tra-la-las. That's how we dance the day away in the merry old land of Oz. Yo ho ho, ha ha. Couple of frog Jim jokes. That's how we laugh the day away in the merry old land of Oz. Hello friends. Welcome to beautiful Party Monday. No, shit, I'm not wearing my tie. It's alright. We're not wearing a tie tonight. Mostly because I forgot. I feel like I've been hit by a train. Coming back to work. It's just been just a disaster. Not really a disaster, but fucking hell. Yeah, casual Party Monday. I love it. It's like casual Friday at work, where you wear whatever you want. But it's casual Party Monday. Maybe we should make that a proper thing that we do on Valentine's Day. It's a Valentine's Day stream, so we get to relax and, yeah, undo the top button a bit, get a bit raunchy. Oh yeah, I don't know if you've noticed this, but I actually crack myself up all the time. Like, I'm so pathetic. I just make myself laugh all the time. My girlfriend thinks I'm an absolute twat. Extra. Yeah. Should have worn my pink shirt. That's what I should have done. The pink shirt. Speaking of Valentine's, how's Anna doing? Is she interested in leaving you and coming to date me, living in Australia? Just a possibility you can toss up for her. That'd be good. Nah, still waiting. G'day, all might, all for one. Let's make it all for one and all for love. Are you really? That's awesome. I am a pro singer in Australia. If by pro, you mean someone who does it on a stream, which technically is not really a profession, I guess. So no, I'm not a real singer. In case you didn't know. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but seriously, Topulus, have you asked Anna if she wants to move to Australia? Let's make it happen, son. She'd love it over here. Very nice weather. Moderately nice people. I'm not hearing a no. We'll send her over just to get her bearings, right? She can live with me, it'd be great. And then you can come over, maybe, down the track. What do you think about that plan? plan. It's a good plan. Put that away for a bit. Let's... Oh, look, I've got water spatters everywhere. How exciting is that? Alright, well, I am excited about painting this model, sort of. It's sort of like one of the coolest models, but at the same time, it looks like it's going to be a real fucking dog to paint. So, I'm kind of actually not excited, but we'll figure it out. Alright, so I actually want to go for white robes. G'day Quake89, how are you? So, it is for the big diorama, yes. We may put everything together again tonight. Yes, so this guy is actually floating directly above the lava, so we've got an interesting challenge around. Oh yeah, cool. Yeah, that's the one that's about the vampire family. Hey, is that a Kiwi show, or am I just remembering Jermaine Clements from a movie or something? Yeah, okay, cool. Yeah, we might need to put this dude on the base because I can't really remember where the lighting is in terms of the glow effect we need from the bottom. I use the blue primer to set some colour tones for no reason other than I felt like doing it. I wanted to have a colder palette for this model. There is no ulterior motive, there is no legitimately good reason. Sometimes I just do things and see how they come out. And sometimes they're awful. And other times they're okay. Might see if we can get Bucks or Benny on later on tonight on the stream when they're not busy doing the life things that they have to do. Yeah, I'm gonna actually need to put this on the base now, I think. I can't remember. It's just behind me. I'll take a photo. Good. Thanks for the subscription, my friend. Appreciate that. Very kind of you. Well, I definitely wouldn't go that far, but glad you feel my content is interesting. Oh, little baby Hugo. We had a good weekend together. Last night I was going to bed by myself. And I was like, oh, I miss my little friend. Even if he was really annoying. Oh, hello there, Bucks. I was just saying before, mate, we might try and get you and Benny on tonight. On the stream, if you're willing to put your physical presence. Cool. I know, what's he doing? Or is he just worried about his head? Oh, fair enough. Haha, Crocodile, welcome, mate. Thank you. I'm pretty sure we've raided Crocodile before. I'm pretty sure he's also an Australian, which is glorious. G'day, mate. I'm well. How are you? How was your stream? I sort of feel like this is an early finish time for you, is it not? Don't you normally go pretty late? Everyone that isn't already following Crocodile should go and do so at the various locations. Oh, g'day there, Jimbo. We are going to move this fabric into a white, but I want to start it with a blue before we then move into some crazy territory with the underlighting that I'm going to have to do somehow. Crocodile, I haven't got my shout outs set up, mate. I'd give you a shout out to say go follow, but my shout outs, I haven't set them back up after there was something happen, and I was just like, yeah, I'm done. I can't remember how to do it. Too many things. Just let me paint my soldiers. That's all I want. Ah, cool. Well, mate, as long as you're having fun, that is literally the most important thing about this hobby. And I feel like very, very, very many people forget that many occasions. Have all of the fun. We just paint little toy soldiers, friends. It's all okay. That is the interesting conundrum of display painting, isn't it? How do you reach a point where you're happy with the experience, but not necessarily happy with the result? Well, I'm glad you asked. The solution is simple. Be more like me. Yeah, I thought you streamed later because I've rated you a couple of times. I normally finish by about 10, sometimes earlier. Hey Bucks, give me a hey when you're ready to go. Bring you on. No, Top, it's not about painting good, mate. It's about painting. Well, I do roll pretty good too. But it is an interesting topic. The more I roll, the luckier I get. Does really work as well. The more I practice, the luckier I get. I'm trying to remember when we rated you last time, what you were painting, Crocodile, and I feel like there was a 40k figure, and I feel like it might have been a Necron. Does that sound familiar? Am I misremembering entirely? It's been a fucking while, so if I'm right here, I'm going to give myself massive, massive props. You reckon orcs? It could be orcs. It was a while back, but claim that it was Necrons, and give myself 50 points. Which puts me on 50 points and Bucks on 0. Once again, Deno for the win. I don't know that we've talked about painting white an awful lot on my stream. I know we've talked about painting white OSL. I don't think we've talked about painting white in general. Ooh, well, we were both wrong. Since it's my stream, I'll give myself 50 points anyway. Dracani baby, I am currently using a Raphael 8404, and that does in fact make up the majority of my painting. Every now and then I'll whip out a broken toed brush, but generally, oh yeah, Bucks, it is Valentine's Day actually. Shouldn't you be spending time with my wife? Fair play, sir. Fair play. Giacani, I used to be a rampant, rabid Winsor & Newton Series 7 fan, but they went through a really rough trot with the quality of the brushes for a long while, so I stopped using them and switched over to Raphael's, and I've been reasonably happy with them. I haven't needed to change them anytime soon. I think I've gone through about 3 of them since I started using them, which I actually started on stream last year. I feel like it was just before Camelot, so that was like June. So they've been 6 months, 3 and 6 months, that's pretty good. Yeah, painting white, it's an interesting challenge at this scale. So I think we've talked a lot about environmental colours on my stream before, so I'm not going to rehash too much about environmental colours, but everything I've ever said about environmental colours applies doubly when you're painting white, because it is the colour that reflects the most light. And so it's very rare for white to actually be white. Normally it is tinted by whatever colour is around it. So that's why I'm going with this blue tone, because the natural environment surrounding it is, in fact, blue. But we're going to back that up by dropping the model on the floor. No, we're going to back that up with some white in a second. We're going to go into, what is this colour? Did I pick green or blue? Pastel green, apparently. Cool. Okay, let's go. I'm not worried about this under stuff because that's going to be lava very soon. I've gone a bit hard there. Calm it down, Deno. Calm it down, son. And we are going to use the old airbrush. which I'm sure many of you are shocked and appalled to hear about. So yeah, the golden rule of painting white is always factor in the environment. Always. If you just try and paint white and you always use the same colours, like the same greys, up through your boring greys into your white, not only will it be boring, but it will probably not look correct either. The one you need, and it's all for one and all for love. When there's someone that you know, then just let your feelings show. Make it all for one and one for love. Great film. Remember that? Remember that film from the very, well, I reckon it was the 90s? Three Musketeers, Bryan Adams, Kiefer Sutherland back when he was good, Chris O'Donnell back when he was good. Tim Curry as the Cardinal. I couldn't remember any of the other people. I feel like it was someone. Was it Charlie Sheen as Aramis? No, the other one. And who played Porthos? I haven't watched that movie in a very long time. Was it Charlie Sheen? I feel like it was Charlie Sheen. I'm gonna have to go look it up now. It's gonna annoy me. Three Musketeers. Not the 2011 one. 1993. Wow, it was that long ago, was it? Kiefer Sutherland, Chris O'Donnell, Cardinal Richelieu. Oliver Platt was Porthos. He was good actually. Rebecca De Mornay. It was Kiefer Sutherland. Yeah. Charlie Sheen as Aramis. I was right. How good. I enjoyed that film. I enjoyed it a lot. One of those swashbuckling films from that era. Okay, let's go. Alright, let's see if I can remember how to do it. Boom. 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 Andy, I can't let you go. Boom. Andy, the password is Big Deno, I think. Okay, let's go.
Where did you send it?
Just in voice chat. Yeah, just voice chat shit. Alright, hang on. Ooh. Let me see if this works.
Sure.
Okay, let's go.
Hello.
Ugh. Hang on. No, you keep your Discord up. I think I just need to do that. And that should fix it. You got me?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay, let's go. Yep. We're good.
Alrighty.
Oh yeah. All Might for One. It is a Kickstarter, yes. But they will be coming out at some point from Aroba models and Chimera models. You'll be able to purchase all of them. I don't think any of them were Kickstarter exclusives actually. What's been going on, Buxo?
Not much, mate. Just a couple of days off, which has been good.
Back to work tomorrow.
Leading into a Bucks weekend this weekend coming, so a short week for work as well. So.
It's a Bucks for Bucks.
It is. All good things coming my way, hopefully.
Oh my god, it's a Bucks for Bucks. How good is that?
It is. So do you know how you have like corny like wedding lines?
Yeah.
Like and hashtags and stuff?
Yeah.
Do you want to know ours?
Sure.
Hashtag get bucked.
Nice. I like it.
Yeah, it's pretty good, isn't it?
Mine was it's TNT Dynamite.
Yeah. Nice. You gotta lean into the cheese.
Yeah. TNT. Oh, I'm dynamite. TNT. Oh, in the fight.
And as you can imagine, like for our wishing well, there's like just a bunch of corny like lean-ins to having the last name with Buck in it. So, you know.
Yeah. Drop in a buck for bucks.
Yeah.
I love it. I noticed I didn't get an invite. Still waiting.
Still waiting. That's all right. You'll be waiting a little while.
I hope I'm not waiting
Don't rush.
anymore.
All good things are never rushed, my friend.
I hope I don't have to wait more than 4 weeks or I'm going to be shit out of luck.
Which one are you painting tonight?
Finnegas, the Druid.
The Druid. The front and center fella.
Yeah. Finnegas.
Nice one. I'm I was thinking about ways that I can say this. I've gone back to the well of basing knowledge that
Sebastian.
that Sebastian is, and I'm running back a few more bases. Doing a couple.
I love it. We should get Seb on here one time.
That'd be really cool. Maybe like the next time he's got a like Scott 6 when that's about to arrive, it could be good to get him on.
Yeah. What a good idea.
That's what I'm here for, mate.
Well,
Someone's got to carry.
Certainly not your good looks.
Mate, I'm dashing. How dare you?
Dear idea. My girlfriend spent the weekend in Melbourne actually, and she went on a little girls' trip with herself, and I looked after Hugo all weekend, which was awesome. But yeah, she got back last night, and so we thought, we'll spend last night together, and then that was our Valentine's. We were like, I don't want to do anything else, you know. That was enough. That was enough of a Valentine's. This is absolute stitch up anyway, right? So.
Yeah, it's like, I think once you've been at it for a while, you know, if you're not showing each other enough love, then it's a good reason to. But otherwise, you're probably doing just fine. So earlier on in the stream, there was a conversation going, right, that I think is worth a revisit, which is talking about like planning to enjoy it, right?
Oh yeah.
And I think the thing that not enough of us do is be present in the moment of painting. You know what I mean? And actually stop mid paint, or maybe as you're going, and just be like, instead of thinking about, oh geez, what am I doing here? What colours am I putting on? Whatever. Just stop and enjoy what you're doing. You know what I mean? Have a little bit of a think about why you're doing it and that.
That's an interesting observation, Bucks.
Yeah, well, it's bringing it to the forefront of your mind, right? Like getting it out of the hind and bringing it forward.
So I'm a massive proponent of outside the box thinking, and that's a quote from a very old TV commercial called Terrible Terry Tate, which is a great. I'll have to send it to you if you haven't seen it. And yeah, like painting for enjoyment. The whole purpose of what we do. Literally, this is an activity for fun.
Yeah.
If you are not having fun, WTF are you doing?
Yeah.
It's that simple. And I think we complicate it with results, with monetization, with all this sort of stuff, and you know, the accolades of our peers. You know, we worry all about these sorts of things, and we should really be focused more on what can I do to make this more fun.
Absolutely. Or like pay attention, as before, pay attention to the actual fun you're having. You know,
yeah.
Like bring it to the forefront of your mind.
You're very big about being present in things, aren't you, Bucks?
Yep, very much so. Otherwise, it'll pass you by, mate.
Indeed. Like the last 20 years of my life.
Yeah. It gets real quick, eh? Just so there's like a speed up button that comes up. I don't know what age it is. Maybe like 27 or 28. Where you go, man, I think that year just slipped right by. That's all right. Next one will be better, right? And then the next one goes even quicker, and you're like, fuck.
So I've been in the same business for 18 years, and I remember the day I walked into the job. Like, it feels like yesterday. Literally, I could tell you exactly everything that happened, you know, that day. And it just...
I think I could join you with that. Yeah.
Oh. And you just go, where did the time go? Honestly, I don't know. But here I am, 18 years later, still in the same
good
job.
time, doing what you love.
Yeah, painting toy soldiers.
Yeah.
Oh, no, the great thing about my job is it's enabled me to really lean into what I'm most passionate about. you know,
Absolutely.
hasn't been supportive. You know, they haven't been like, oh yeah, go chase those dreams, you know. But it's allowed me to have the money to buy the cool stuff. It's allowed me to have the holidays to go overseas and experience the cool stuff. You know, I wouldn't have anything I have in my life right now if I didn't have my existing job. So I'm grateful for it.
Yeah, it's you know, like, I don't know where I heard it many years ago, you know, the whole work to live or live to work sort of thing. And I think the moment that you figure out, or if you do ever figure out that, like, for me, you know, time is my richest commodity. It's the thing I value the most, and then spending that time doing what I want to do, you know. So finding a job that fits in with that, you know.
Hi, Bunny. Next time we'll get you and Ben on the stream, alright? We can see your faces. If you want. Congratulations on the editor's choice.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Before Ben, the elusive editor's choice before Benny.
No, Ben got it, I think. I think Ben got one. Didn't Ben get one on
He might have got it on the tree beard, actually.
Yeah.
Well, Bunny, I'm not wearing a tie because it's Valentine's Day tonight and it's Party Monday after dark.
Yeah.
We've got a few.
Party Monday after party right now.
We've got a few of the top buttons undone, and they might keep coming undone later on. We could be shirtless at some point soon, so just get excited for that. That's all I'm going to say.
We'll deliver on Top Never did. You know? Don't ever say that this isn't the channel that delivers, mate. Yeah. This is the channel that delivers right here.
Absolutely. Hello, Bunny's mum. You have a wonderful daughter, and we all love her very much.
We're a big fan. I hope you saw her latest paint jobs in the hand. They're super cool. I'm jealous.
Yeah, she just said.
Please, my mum is watching. I don't need a new dad.
Hey, I can't help it. Can't help being a good-looking bloke. It's just what I do. Yeah, Bunny just said that she did get editors before Ben. I was pretty sure she did. I find
more points your way, mate.
I find that quite hilarious. Well done. I think that puts me on 700 now, and you're still floating around in the 0 sort of region.
Yeah, definitely. As I said, though, I like to keep it lean. You know, I don't want to overpack on points.
Luckily.
Maybe that's what makes us such a good partnership right now, mate. Is that you need all the points and I don't need any. You know.
The term needs very strong, mate. I think it's fair to say that the right word would be earned.
And okay, I thought you might have gone with want there.
Yeah,
you know?
Earned all the points. Yeah, I have earned all the points. You are right. That's true.
Yeah.
So I've reached a point with this project where I'm struggling.
Yeah. Look, I thought that was pretty evident from Sunday's stream. I felt that we were there.
I'm struggling.
Yeah.
But I look up at my shelf and I've got 9 models that are in progress and progressed, you know?
Yeah, in various stages of completion.
Yeah, some further than others, but mostly like good progress being made. And the base behind me feels like it's also pretty progressed and pretty good. So I'm not sure what to do because part of me thinks it's the right time to just keep pushing. Thank you, wrong way, go back. Part of me feels like I should keep pushing.
Yep. And part is saying, what, take a break and put something in between?
Yeah. Part of me is saying, just have a breather.
Yeah. Let's explore what having a breather looks like first. What would be having a breather? What are you gonna paint?
Well, I've got that Curse City commission sitting there.
Yeah.
So I'd like to get that done.
Yeah.
I've got another.
That sounds like trading one for the other.
But that's just individual models, right? There's no.
Yeah.
I could just paint one model and be like, yeah, that's cool, I like that, and then, come back. The second project I've got is another commission for the Dual, Severax and Solrax.
Yeah.
And then, but I've also got Moonface sitting there. So those are the three things that I've got that I could move into.
Fair enough. I think that like the Curse City one is probably not it.
Robbing Peter to pay Paul.
Yeah, exactly right. Sorry, whoever's commission that is to just kibosh that one.
Sorry, my guy. He's in Western Australia. He can wait.
That's all right. Yeah, he's behind us anyway in time, so it's all good. So yeah, like then it's down to the Severax and his mate one, or the Moon Katsura Otoko. But that one is a team plan, so that's a team stone bid special, that one. So that really kind of leads you into the Dual. Yeah,
and I'm just not sure. See, but the thing is, I'm not at that point where I'm like, I hate this and I want to fucking just throw it in the bin.
Well, that's where we go to the second sort of exploration, right? Which is just sticking it out and keep on going.
Yeah.
Which I think you should stick it out, keep on going, because I think that the peak of this mountain is coming up, and once you get over that, it's going to be pretty smooth sailing from here.
Yeah.
I think that you need to lean into the vortex. I think you need to let the vortex be your guide. Like,
just push
deep. Atmosphere and light is what you've been struggling with. Like,
you're right. Yeah. So I think probably what's getting me down at the moment is I don't see the light at the end of the tunnel. Right, it just continually feels like I'm grinding, and so I feel like the way I need to fix that is one of two ways: finish some of the things, right, or finish the base. And I think the base is actually the better of those two options, because that I can't really finish anything until I know the base.
Yeah, I think so. And that probably starts with like making the vortex a bit brighter, and then touching like some of those other areas, the pillars and all of that sort of bits and bobs there. I think still got to be done right.
Well, pretty much the base is just like base coded. It's like this is this is how I've established, the lights and this sort of stuff, and it all makes sense, but nothing is finished. So yeah, if I go in and do the base, and I think the way I do that is I start putting in some plants, right? If I go in, build some plants, paint some base, and get everything.
Change the hobby that you're doing as well. Like, so you're just changing straight up from miniature painting to crafting more. Yeah, I like that. I'm always a big fan of that as a change up.
And it just allows me to go, okay, cool. So I can see the finish line on this, because I want to do snow and the lava melting and all that sort of stuff. So like I feel like that'll be fun to experiment with, and I feel like if I get that done, then all of a sudden I can go, okay, cool, well now I can finish a guy, because his environment's set, and I can now see what he's going to look like in the environment, and blah 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 blah.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think you get that whole, you start to get the sense, the minor sense of completion coming through. I mean, nothing will be fixed, but like the fact that every time you finish a model, you'll be like, cool, it's another one down. I think that's the tipping point on the mountain I was talking about, right? So I think lean into getting the base finish, focus on the vortex and what that's going to do.
All right.
The plants in.
All right. It sounds like that's our go. So
yeah,
we'll lock that bad boy in. We're going to do that. We're going to do the base. So I might. I'll keep painting this guy tonight, because I'm enjoying this so far. That's a cool idea, Bunny. Do some cool cosplay shit. One of these days I might build a cosplay, not to wear or do anything with, but just because it'd be cool.
I want to paint one. I don't want to necessarily build one, but
it'd be fun.
Yeah, I think so. It'd be cool to like collaborate with someone on it. You know what I mean? Someone who's really into building them, someone who wants to wear it, and then be the person painting it. I think that'd be heaps of fun.
Yep.
I wonder if I've pushed collaborations enough at this point yet.
More collaboration.
More working with people.
More collabs.
Hey, when's Queensland Model Expo? What time of the year is that? Is that August?
August, indeed.
Beautiful.
Usually the last weekend in August. Or second last.
Yeah, it's not a particularly busy time for work, so
For anyone.
yeah, good time of year.
No, it's a fun little event, right? They have heaps of model train dudes, and then heaps of like military dudes, and it's like a club thing as well. Oh,
It's also in the QLD, mate. So there's plenty to do up there.
Oh yeah, mate. Yeah.
Yeah.
Shit, yeah.
Little different to traveling to Canberra, where you're sort of like, all right, we're making our own fun. Let's go. What are we doing?
Yeah. No.
No shortage of things to do at your neck of the woods.
I love Queensland Model Hobby Expo. Love Queensland. Love Brisbane. Get amongst it.
I think I might potentially be going up to Sunshine Coast real soon, eh? In March.
Oh really?
Yeah. Go up with my bud. The one that the couple that you met. Anyway, yeah. So they're taking the kids up for a weekend, and then we'll be coming back from being married, and could just take I'll still be on leave, I think, so could just pop up for a weekend, have a bit of fun. Could be good.
Very nice. G'day, Mini Mancer. Well, if you and Ben and Bunny all end up coming up to QMHE, that'd be pretty cool, because the quality of entries there is usually, if I can be frank, not super high.
Yeah.
But it's cool to see all the different types of categories that they have entries in, and they have so much cool shit.
Yeah. Well, I want to compete on their own grounds as well. I want to do some historical stuff and get in the mix for that. Have a look at what they look at for judging that sort of stuff, and all the different categories. I mean, the photos alone from when you went last year, there's heaps of stuff to check out.
Oh yeah. I like it a lot.
Plus, I'm just like a fiend now. Like getting together for painting events is just super fun.
Get in my veins, eh?
Yeah, got the bug now. I think Jim might go as well. He was saying, he was talking about it anyway.
Set up a stall or just come and hang out?
Yeah, I think he thought about it at least. Yeah, like.
And that's actually not a bad idea, because the one thing that QMHE doesn't have a great representation on is our sort of figures.
Yes.
You'll have metric fuck tons of traders with like model airplanes and stuff, but there's usually only spec mod.
Mm-hmm.
And he wasn't there last year, and I don't know if he'll be there this year. And he doesn't have a massive collection of our sort of stuff.
Yeah.
So it would be good.
Yeah. Just get some eyes on it. Get the Stonebeard name out there some more, and different, like visiting different regions is always a great way to do it. So that's just good fun.
So today I did some research on the David Aroba Miniature Art Academy pledge.
Yeah. Are we going in?
I think so. I think we're going to go in.
I'm about it. I'll join you on Aroba's. I think that he's got plenty to teach that I'd be interested in learning.
Well, he posted a video on the YouTubes the other day, which was his painting Seabun, painting the non-metallic metal on the recent bust for Big Child.
Yeah,
you know the one.
The Sister of Battle looking one.
Yeah, that's the one. And it was really, really cool. Really cool. And I thought to myself, oof, this is why you release samples, friends. This is why you just give them a little taste.
Yeah, just a little.
Just a little taste, so you can
Yeah.
see. It's not the whole meal.
No. Just I mean, an hors d'oeuvre, you know,
Yeah.
like a canapé.
Just a wee little sampler.
Yeah.
Just a gift basket.
I'm just going to shut this door behind me. It's a cool like 32 degrees right now, something fucking hot.
Is it?
Yeah, it's gross again down here.
What is going on? Because normally everyone's like, oh yeah, Brisbane sucks, but fucking hell, man. Our temperature's been normal and fine.
Yeah. Yeah, we've been on fire. Like we had a few cool days, and then it dialed all the way back up. So anyway, back to Mr. Aroba. I think that he's got plenty to offer. Like I said, particularly his non-metal metallic, right? So when I was painting Sharky, I was using for that gold band. I was using David Aroba's Hera Dwarf as a reference. You know, the top banding of the the shield.
Yeah.
And was like, man, if you know, as you tend to do when you're like hyper focusing on a particular area, you tend to go quite in depth at looking at it, and you're like, holy moly, there's nuance on this. Like, he's got a lot going on.
I just love what he does. Like, so he's got videos for, you know, that chick on the bike, the circular bike.
Yeah. Is that Cora? Is that her name? Something like that? It's something like
it's
that.
Yawa or something like that. Not the one in the circle. You know, the big circle.
Yeah, the wheel bike, that one. Yeah.
And he's got one of the scale 75 busts from that Kickstarter, which was really good, that I've got coming my way.
Can we take a brief detour here just to talk about how much, like, the force of kick that I'm kicking myself with is increasing for missing Inner Kingdoms. I'm starting to see some stuff come out, and I'm like, man.
You just fucked up, man. Like,
yeah. Yeah. I did. I admit to my flaw and fault.
I called it at the time. I was like, don't miss it. Get on it, mate. I bought in all of them, even though I've already got fucking 2 of them that I painted.
Yeah. Also, I think I missed saying g'day to Minimancer. So g'day, Minimancer. How you going, mate? It's quiet in the stream tonight in the chat. Like, anyone got some questions for us or want to talk about something?
I think they're just amazed at my ability to paint white.
Yeah, painting white is either you're having all of the good time or all of the bad time. There's no in between on painting white.
Aha, Wes is here.
Oh, Wes is here. Yeah.
It's about to get hype. Ooh, good question from Frankie.
How am I getting so good so quick? That's a really good question. Perception of good is one thing, you know what I mean? Like, my perception of where I'm at versus where I'm at are obscured, I think. So that's a good place to sort of have a little bit more of a delve into after. But I think really, Frog Jim, I just decided 18 months ago, I decided that I wanted to start painting. Probably a little bit longer now. I decided that I wanted to start painting again. And after 12 months of that, I had a very big break. I had 8 years off. So, and then 12 months into that, where I was not where I wanted to be. And I felt that I could be better, but I didn't know how to get better. So that's when I started reaching out into different resources and places. And that's how I found this stream and how I met some pretty good friends. And those friends have a huge part. So we'll start there. Those friends have a huge part in me getting good quick, I guess. So establishing a really positive feedback loop helps at it, building even friendship, like building friendships is even better than just having a feedback loop. But when I say a positive feedback loop, we talked a little bit about this either last Wednesday, or even maybe I think Dano was talking about it on Sunday in regards to specific feedback and the types you get. Yeah. Fair and honest feedback is what I consider a positive feedback loop.
Feedback is so critical to improving.
Yeah, it is. I guess another one that is just cliche and lame, but is probably the most truth. Is just practice. Like, I paint every day, every waking moment that I can. I guess what that leans into is an even further is a decision to put it first, and accept that I'm not going to get better if I don't put it first, and constantly try to challenge and push myself.
I wrote a wonderful article on Arcane Paintworks, which is called The Psychology of Miniature Painting, and
you did.
And one of the key questions you have to ask yourself is, what are my goals in doing this? And this is just a very basic, like fundamental truth about life is you've only got so many hours in the day.
Yeah.
You're never, ever going to be able to do everything. So you need to ask yourself, what's my goal? Am I doing this because I want to achieve a desired result? Am I doing this because I want to, have a relaxing hobby? Am I doing it to paint an army for an event? That should be the very first question that you ask yourself about how you judge your performance as a painter. Because if your performance as a painter is, not winning golden demons, but your goal is, I just want to paint an army for my games, then why would you be upset at yourself for not winning golden demons?
Yes.
Token Princess Buxy is not streaming as well. He's just tapping into my fame and success.
I just ride the coattails around here.
But he probably will post a picture in my very popular Discord, which you can find somewhere.
Yeah, I'll put some photos in. What I'm working on right now, Token Princess, is just a series of bases. So I'm just trying to increase my skill set in basing, particularly atmospheric and storytelling bases. So there is someone who came before me who's particularly good at this and pretty renowned for it, and has done some wonderful guides over the years, and I'm leaning into some really old guides that he's done and just sort of following along with those, and now just sort of trying to refine my skill there.
That Trent Dennison has done some wonderful guides, hasn't he?
It is. This one is not Trent Dennison, no, but I'm sure if you search Trent Dennison at YouTube, you can find some good guides. Mini Mancer, this one here's a really good one, right? So you just said, right, you put in the freaking hours. From what I can tell, you are fully steeped.
Boy, hold up one of your bases.
Yeah, sure. So this is one that I'm working on here.
Yeah, nice. Mini Mancer, you are speaking my language.
I've got another one that I'm working on for an Eldari Spirit Seer, to get involved in some Warhammer stuff. I'll take some photos and put them up. Give me one sec. I'll just finish up answering this question. So Frog Jim said that then I need to ditch my family. No, mate. I have a family. I have a daughter. I have a future wife in a few weeks.
Unless
when I say I put it first, it really is like I don't watch TV. Like I just I organise hangouts and paint with friends as much as I possibly can. I paint by myself as much as I possibly can. I'm not a good sleeper, so I paint late at night into the wee hours in the morning. So just any opportunity.
I've been on some absolute fucking rants about the word talent, mate. I'll tell you what.
You have. Oh. You have. You've had a few rants at me about the word talent.
Anytime I see someone just say, wow, you're so talented, to another artist, it gets me full of rage and I want to fire up. And there's not many things that make me want to fire up, right? I don't.
Yeah. It's a bit of a bugbear for you, isn't it?
It's just because it is so dismissive of the effort. And it also comes from such a, like, I think, piss weak perspective of you're talented because you're born like that. You could just do it. I could never do that. No, you piss weak fuck. You could do that if you put in the effort. And that's why I come back to my goal setting conversation, because if your goal is to get better, you put in the work. It's as simple as that. If your goal is to have a good time, it doesn't matter what you do. Paint, have fun. And so that's why establishing your goal is such a crucial part for me of this whole process, because I think we have
there's a basketball player called Jalen Noel. Yeah, this is a little deep dive, but bear with me because it's really good. He recently was interviewed. He plays the Minnesota Timberwolves. For those that don't know, I'm an absolute diehard NBA fan, diehard basketball fan, and diehard Minnesota Timberwolves fan. And Jalen Noel is a player that is a really talented offensive player, but has struggled on defense a lot and hasn't found himself getting minutes. Now, recently, he's been playing a lot better and getting a lot of minutes, and he was interviewed. And he talked about two words that you love to hear when you're young and hate to hear when you're old. And those two words are talent and potential. You love to hear those words when you're younger. You know, he's a talented person or he's got all the potential in the world. But as you get older, those two words become not great to be hearing, you know, because it devalues everything that you've done and up to that point, the work you've put in. So that's something that resonated with me, especially the potential part.
Can I tell you a fun? Like, I watched this documentary on YouTube the other day. It was 12:30 at night, and I was just trawling around YouTube, and I was like, I really got to go to bed tomorrow because I got a big day tomorrow. And so, anyway, this documentary popped up, and Tom Brady had just retired. It was the day Tom Brady. It was like last week or whatever. And I thought, I wonder what this is about. And it was called The Six Who Came Before Tom Brady. And I was like, I wonder what that's about, right? I don't know much about Tom Brady. Obviously, I follow.
A wonderful story for a sports story. Yeah.
So Tom Brady was drafted at pick number 98.
Yep.
In the draft, and there were 6 quarterbacks that were drafted before him.
Yes, they were.
6 different quarterbacks that other fucking places said this guy's better than Tom Brady. And when you like dive deep into the story, you know, they went through all of the reasons and the justifications, and they interviewed coaches and fucking people on the panels that made these decisions, and you know, they had their reasons and stuff. But the absolute concrete truth about like that guy, thanks for the subscription, Diddy, is that it's never about your physicality, it's never about your talent, it's always about your effort. Like, that's just it.
So you know, he was also picked up to be the 3rd string quarterback for the Patriots as well. Yeah.
And he ended up got into 2nd spot because he was better than the other guy, and then their 1st string guy got injured, and he came in and just tore it up.
Like, and he never looked back.
I
didn't even mention him in his retirement speech after the way it ended in that.
I had no like knowledge of this, and I just watched this documentary. It finished at like 1:45, and I was like, oh my god, that is awesome. And I sent it to my dad, and my dad messages me 3 hours later because he gets up for work at 4 a.m. And he's like, that was awesome. He loved it as well. And so anyway, the point of my story is there is absolutely unequivocally such a thing as talent, right?
Oh, 100% there is. And that's not like, that's the thing not to get confused by when you say, I don't like the word talent. It's that you don't like talent being misplaced in the conversation of effort and reward.
Correct.
You know?
It's people devaluing effort that gets to me, because I tell you right now, everyone that I've ever met through painting classes, through whatever, has the potential to be better than me and better than just about everyone else in the world, because I was not fucking awesome from the moment I picked up a paintbrush, and it's all about effort. if you want to be better than me, no problems. I encourage you to try, because all you got to do is paint more than me and do it.
That's going to be hard to do. And that's the thing is like, there's another thing that actually ties into this, right? And that's the fear of failure and the impact that the fear of failure has on people pushing through on projects that they might not have, that they have fallen short on.
I'll tell you what else it is, the fear of failure, but it's also inability to receive critical feedback, you know?
Which we delved in on that one. We delved in on that one last week, I think, and also I think you touched on it quite well on Sunday's stream as well.
It's crucial.
Is.
Fear of success is another one, Token Princess. There's lots of reasons why people don't do it, but that's what it comes back to. You are making a choice not to do it, and that means that you could make the choice to do it. That's the choice you have available to you at any given time. You can choose to focus more on your little toy soldier painting, and you can choose to continue to believe that you can't.
The other one as well, I think, is realistic. Like being realistic with yourself and where you're actually at in that moment. You know, I think Dano talked before about how I'm a big fan of being present in the moment. For me, after that first 12 months of painting, like anyone around me was like, "Oh man, you're a great painter." You know what I mean? But I was like, if I believe this now, I'm never going to get any better. And the reality was, I actually wasn't a good painter. I was a good hobbyist, maybe even a great hobbyist. But I was a trash painter and a trash artist. You know what I mean? I hadn't even started that climb yet.
I use this analogy in my interview with Vince, and I believe it's a good analogy. Is being good at anything, it's like climbing a mountain, right? Mm-hmm. And people just see the mountain. They go,
yeah.
Wow, look at that guy at the top of the mountain. Oh, that's where I want to be. But they don't see the climb, right? They don't see Miley Cyrus. It's the climb.
No.
It's what gets you there. So, yeah, and that's, again, coming back to the talent word, it just pisses me off because you're basically devaluing the effort. You're devaluing your own ability to achieve that by making a willing and conscious choice to, I am going to be better.
Yeah. So hopefully that's Bucks' long-winded as always and over the top ramble on from Jim's question, however many minutes ago that was.
From Jim's question, I forgot what it was. What was the question?
He asked, "How did I get so good so quick?"
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
The answer is he worked at it.
Yeah.
Just like you could do if you wanted to, friends.
And I think, you know, like the whole goal thing, like, I mean, my goal is I'd love to be a world-class painter. My initial goal was to be an Australian, like, national class painter. I wanted to be able to say that I can mix it up with some of the best painters in our country, which, you know, we could sit in to and fro on whether that's a good goal to have or not. And the philosophy behind that, but that was a goal that I felt like I set, and I feel like I'm getting close to that.
Let me dive into that for a little bit. So,
yeah,
because you're like, is that a good goal? Is that not a good goal? It's only a bad goal if that is what you're basing your self-worth around, right?
Yeah.
Because I have a goal to be one of the best painters in the world.
Yes.
But if I don't achieve that, I'm not going to go home and be like, I'm a fucking shit stain, I'm a fucking, you know, waste of space.
No, and you actually can lean all the way into this with an experience and, like, talk to the chat. Like, you went and competed at Monte Sansovino and took nothing the first time away. Like, that's a sobering reality of that, right? Like, you went to compete on the international scale first time around and didn't land. And that didn't stop you. If anything, that probably doubled you down more, right?
Correct. That's what made me go back and win a medal the following year.
Yeah.
And now I'm aspiring to winning gold. Like that's my next aim. I would like to win a gold medal at Monte Sansovino. Cool.
Yeah.
Now, again, we come back to what sacrifices am I willing to make to do that? You know, am I willing to sacrifice my enjoyment of my painting? At the moment, no. At the moment, I'm not. But there may reach a point in the future where, for me to achieve that goal, I do have to sacrifice that painting, and that's where the question about your goal becomes important, because you have to understand your motivation, you have to understand your goal, and you have to understand what you're willing to give it up to get there.
Yeah.
I might not be willing to sacrifice my enjoyment for painting. I'm certainly not right now, but if I want to achieve that, probably I will have to. You know.
Is this question? Is Gano taking this big piece to Monty?
Absolutely not. No.
Absolutely not. Let me take that one for you.
Thanks, buddy.
I don't know that we would see if Trent was prepping for Monty. I'm not sure. You know, I'm slightly speaking for him here, and he'll certainly shut me up if I'm wrong. But I'm not sure we would see him prepping totally on stream. I think that's the level of place you got to go to for prepping for Monty.
I would probably do some stuff on stream. I think, like I would want to be still myself.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that event you need to have a little bit of an element of surprise, something the judges haven't seen, to be able to. Because the immediate impact of a piece, you can only ever get that once.
Yeah. And I think also, like, there is a reality that, like, the stream is a place of fun and enjoyment, and have a laugh and talk to people and do some hobby, teach some stuff, show some stuff inadvertently. But prepping for Monty there's going to be some of those moments where you're smacking your head against the model, right? Where you're like, I've got to power through, you know, I've got to grow on this piece, I've got to challenge myself and try new things, like.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you can fully do that while being on stream as well.
I mean, I could talk about my experiences with my medal winning piece at Monty, because that was again one of those moments where I was like, I am going to really try and paint my best on this piece. And the experience of doing that was awesome and challenging, and it helped me improve as a painter for sure. But it was also one of those moments where I was like, I don't know that I want to do this again anytime soon. You know, like I've got a lot of value out of this, but my value that I gain in my painting is just the experience. I don't need to win this medal for me to have an experience that I enjoy. So it was good all round.
And I guess that, like, there's some other elements in there as well, right? Where you have to travel a fair way to get there, which is not for most people, I assume, not a problem, but it's still a thing. You know what I mean? Like, it's a big thing.
It's a huge thing. It's a huge
for Australians to go and compete over at Monty.
Yeah. Well, our best painter in Australia hasn't ever gone, and at this point in time, it's probably unlikely to will anytime soon. But he would be in the equation for golds for sure.
Yes.
I
think Dave would be doing very well.
There absolutely is a satisfaction in doing something that you're proud of. You can achieve that without taking a piece overseas and doing that though. But yeah, I was really proud, and it's on video actually, it's on film, when I found out that I got a silver medal, or I only found out I got a medal at SMC. It was just that really calm sense of satisfaction of setting my mind towards a goal and then achieving that goal. That sense of satisfaction was very hard to top.
I reckon I can't much identify with that. Hey, after Crimson Brush, being that, like, I think that comes from when you set the goal. You know what I mean? Where you're like, I am going to compete at the event, and I'm going to solely design a piece for it.
Yeah.
You know, I think that comes from that, you know, whereas for us in Australia and our Crimson Brush event, it's more of a celebration of what you've achieved over the year.
Yeah.
And you take, you know, I think I've probably said this on chat before, at least, yeah, around the traps, but, you know, you take some good, some great, some bad, and some trash, you know, and that offers like a wonderful and unique experience in itself. So,
taking something specifically dedicated for the event was a big part of that for sure.
And I hope that Dave this year felt that.
He did, he did. Because but Dave, you know, he's always been the bridesmaid, never been the bride. You know, like he's entered that event so many times, and every year he's brought something, and you're just like, wow, Dave's brought this piece. Surely that's going to win. And someone else has just brought something that just, you know, blew it out of the water. Like the first year, Dave brought something that was crazy. You know, Kaha brought something that was, you know, obviously medal winning, and then the next year Seb just rocks up and he's like, yeah, I just painted and sculpted this whole thing. So you know, Dave's been so close, and he's been the nicest, biggest.
Did Maka grab one in there as well?
Yeah, Maka got one off him as well. Yeah. So it's just sort of like every year he's been so close, and I think this year he's like, I'm going to do it. I'm going to really push myself to try and win that best in show. And again, goals, sacrifice. He's willing to sacrifice it. So I think I told you this, like, again, the mentality that we were talking about before about taking feedback and, you know, chasing feedback. To get better, Frog Jim asked, how'd you get better so quickly? One of the crucial things is being able to cop something not going your way on the chin.
Yeah.
I don't know if I said this, I'm pretty sure I did, but when I went to Monty for that first year, I was like, all right, it's Monty, you know, it's the biggest competition in the world. I've never competed at an international event again. Better fucking go enter in Masters, right? Not going to enter in Standard. Fuck that Standard bullshit.
I don't swim in the wading pools.
Yeah, I'm not here to splash around in the fucking kiddie pool, right? Like, let's go. But I think that that's the mindset you need to have, because I'd rather go in there and lose to the best than win against people that you know, probably, with all respect intended, probably am slightly better than. So that's
slightly further on in the journey, you know.
Yeah, that's the mentality that I think you've got to have if you want to get better, is be willing to put yourself in the situations where you are going to get fucking flogged. I used to play a game called War Machine, and when I first started it, so I was, at the time, I'd just come back from playing in the International Warhammer Championships, and I was in the Warhammer Australian team. We'd competed 2 years in a row. My team came fourth at the World Team Championships. It's called the European Team Championships, and I was just crushing it, right? Like, I was absolutely tearing it up at Warhammer. The first tournament back in Australia after that event, I won. It was a 90-player tournament. Like, I was just tearing it up. And I started playing War Machine because I was like, I want a new challenge. And I got fucking flogged for the first couple of weeks. I was like, this fucking game, like. So I found the best player in the country. His name was Dice God. He was a. I reckon he had Asperger's. Like, he would just fucking be a ruthless pest. He'd just be giving it to you all the time. But he was undisputed the best player in the country. He'd won like the end of year championships 2 years in a row. And he lived in Brisbane. So I was like, hey mate, I'd like to play you every week. Thanks, from now on.
Yeah.
And I played him every week for the next 6 months.
Yeah.
And I got flogged every game.
You got towed up?
Every single game. I was like, I don't think I can beat this guy. And I'd go home and I'd be like, what can I do differently? What can I do better? You know, what can I challenge? And I beat him one day, and it just came out of the blue. He just wasn't expecting it. And I was just like, fuck yeah, I'm the fucking man. The ability to be able to take a hit and keep on pushing and keep on going, and my favourite quote, or one of my favourite quotes, I've got many, Winston Churchill, success is walking from failure to failure with no loss of enthusiasm.
Yeah.
That is how Bucks got better.
There you go. Because I had a few, because I had quite a lot of failures along the way. Let's be real.
Yeah. To continue failing.
Yeah, and I won't ever stop failing. And that's the thing is like,
look at me failing all over my diorama right now.
But like my latest bust that I finished, like, you get a couple of minutes of looking at it where you feel maybe a sense of completion or a sense of pride that you maybe have painted your next best thing or whatever the case may be.
I want to push you a bit on this.
And then the mind starts and it goes, yeah, that's not right, that's wrong.
I want to push you a bit on this. I want to push you a bit because I think there needs to be a balance. You need to be able to say to yourself, hey, you know what, you're a good dude and you did a good job.
Yeah, it does.
And that doesn't preclude you from saying, but you can do a better job.
Yes.
But you need to give yourself a pat on the back and say, hey, look at you go. You're a fucking jet. And I don't think you do that enough.
No, I'm not very good at that.
Yeah.
And that's something that I'm very fortunate to have a few people around me like yourself and Bunny and Ben and Jim, Mole Man, the crew of people that I choose to spend my time with painting who are really good at propping me up. When I'm maybe not being kind enough to myself or taking a moment to appreciate what I might have done or achieved. And the thing is that people might sit there in the chat tonight and go, well, I don't have a group of people like that. And I would say the only way you'll get a group of people like that is to go out and make one.
Nika Jaguar. Let me explain my reason for saying why you need to give yourself a pat on the back every now and then. It's because if you are truly chasing feedback, you're going to get fucking flogged. Yeah. Right? You're going to get absolutely pounded. And you're going
to take those good moments when they come. Is that where you're going with this?
And so if you're not a fan of your own, then no one else is going to be.
No, that's a very good point.
So give yourself the kudos for the effort that you put in. Give yourself the props. That doesn't mean don't acknowledge that you could be better. We all can be better. Everyone. But give yourself a pat on the back as well because, hey, you fucking painted a model, you did your best, or you had a good time, or you achieved something that deserves kudos in and of itself.
Absolutely, and that's the thing, and I think that comes when you say, hey, I've just painted my best model probably. That's that acknowledgement there, you know what I mean? In saying, well, look, I think I've painted the best thing I've painted. It'll only be the best thing I've painted till the next best thing that I've painted.
Yeah.
And I'll probably paint some trash between now and then.
Good perspective from Yab there.
Whereas, you should always ask, is this the best I could do right now? And the answer is usually yeah. Yeah, that's exactly right. And Yab, to this point specifically, this is where a lot of people jump off the roller coaster, right? They ask themselves that question and they don't like the answer. And then they go, I'm not going to finish what I'm doing. Or no, I didn't land where I wanted to on this, so I'm done. I'll restart it, or
I'm going to strip this model that I finished painting.
Yeah, I'm going to strip this model, or I'm just going to go do something else. I'm going to go paint another. I'm going to go paint or play a video game or watch a TV show or whatever the case may be.
Hello, Danzaron. We have a question for Bucks coming from Minimancer in the chat. Okay, let's go.
Good stuff, yeah. That's awesome, man. Yeah, don't. I have, and I have mixed feelings about it. I regret some that I've stripped, and I don't regret others. How much does Trent charge for rent on his wet palette? Because I am his wet palette.
I'm constantly grabbing your face.
It's the other way around.
I wonder how many people we could fit on here. I reckon we could get 3 or 4.
Yeah, I think we could get 3 or 4 if we did them in a side panel, kind of similar to the way that Discord does it.
Yeah. Aha, Danzeron. He is a great artist, mate, and he will be thrilled to hear your congratulations. And he will tell you.
Dave.
No, not Dave. Oh, Dave. Oh, DC's
DC
here as well.
well.
G'day, DC. What's going on?
Yeah, I appreciate that, Danzeron. Cheers, man. I think I follow you on Facebook, on Insta, man. I love a lot of the stuff that you do. It's awesome.
Danzeron.
Yeah. He's a jet.
Nika Jags has a question for us.
Nika Jags.
Here we go. Okay, let's go.
Can it be in the form of a dad joke?
No, don't fucking encourage him, please. You're killing me. Yes, Dave, we actually were talking about your Best in Show piece literally just before. We were saying, wow, that guy Dave, how lucky can you get? That no Kaha. No Sam.
I put up with Trent for the last 10 years.
He's only known me for the last 6 months.
Yeah, a bit longer now, I think. But who's counting?
How have you put up with Trent for the last 10 years is probably a better question, Nicky Jags.
I think Nicky Jags needs to take a seat on the leather right now. Way back, Nicky Jags, and just tell us how it's been for the last 10 years. Is there anything you need to get off your chest? Or
No, there's a lot he needs to get off his chest. G'day, JC Paints. What's happening, Jared?
Hey, Jared. It's another Australian painter. Drop your Instagram in the chat, Jared. Hey, mate. Jared competed at Crimson Brush recently, and I believe he took a gold medal away as well. Congratulations to him.
He did. We threw him a bone. That was a good piece. I liked it. Hello, Havo. All right. This is an interesting moment in time in this piece because I'm about to get out some contrast paints, and then
it's time. You know what? Our heroic friend the airbrush has not been present.
It has. It did a little bit of work early on. It did a little bit of work early on, but it hasn't done much since. No, but
it's not the kind of piece for it, really.
Well, I'm about to do a red glow from underneath because it's a.
Yeah, true.
Here, I'll post the picture actually because I took a photo before just so I like grey. Would it, Nicky Jags? Thank you. Yes, the lava. I took a photo so we can all have a look at the lava.
Hey Dave, have you made a decision for your latest piece? Have you picked a for blood, against blood, and if for colour? No blood. Nice. Pick that Wraithbone fresh.
Oh, that's a great question, Frog Jim. Let's first of all have a look at, this is my diorama, but this is Bucks's base that someone was asking about before. Copy the link.
Yeah, there's two in there I chucked in.
There you go. So there's that one. Great work. I like it. I like the Sebastian style.
Yeah, I'm really. This whole process I'm falling in love with, right? It's quite a lengthy process, but living in the present with it, mate, just enjoying it as I go.
This one I like though. This one I think is actually really nice. And I have to say the dwarf base that you did on the on that dwarf dude was pretty good. I liked it a lot. Wes, I'm going to come back to your question in a second. I quite like this one.
Yeah, this one has got a lot of momentum, right? Like, I love it's off-centered.
Yeah, I love Eldar, man, and the flow, the shape of the piece. Love that. I'm in love with the shape of Eldar. Did I post that? Yeah, send compressed. There we go. Copy link.
While Deno's doing that, yes, Niku Jags, hit me up. If we both threw down in a board game, who will win? Deno will win the board game, but I'll win the night.
That's probably fair.
Yeah.
So this is where this guy's floating, literally floating directly above. the lava. So we need to go lava heavy. Lava
I
heavy.
would. I'm just gonna say it, regardless if you can float or not. I don't want to be him. Hey,
He's flying, mate. He's flying.
Yep.
He's magically
Yep.
soaring.
yeah, that's lava, man. The heat that's coming off that, it's not a good day for him.
Let me think. What was so? Here's one of my problems, Frog Jim. I don't often get feedback, mate. I don't often get feedback that really resonates for me. Most of the time I get people saying, wow, that's so great, man. How'd you do that? What colours did you use? Wow, you're so good. Which is fucking pointless, right? But I am in a group of great people whom have a section called Hard Criticisms in our Discord, where you can post some stuff and get absolutely pounded. But I haven't felt the need to post anything in there yet because I don't know that the types of stuff that I'm doing at the moment really needs a hard criticism. I don't feel like this is the type of work that
Yeah, I feel like you go past a door and it's like a red lit room with just a bunch of tools on the wall.
yeah. Like those guys are all like, yeah, you really need to just increase the saturation and contrast like on this particular point, just like by 4 microns or whatever. That's the level of detail. And here's me plonking my fucking big diorama on the board, and they're just like, so I haven't got a great piece of feedback in a long time. But when I am chasing feedback, I usually go to Dave, or to. No, it's usually just Dave. Dave's normally the guy I ask for feedback.
Dave's going to pitch in here for Wes's question. Quickly, Nicky Jags. Would I be open to doing a hot tub stream with Deno? Of course. I don't say no to things. We just say yes around here. Let's have fun. And for there was one other person. Tell Top to do the hot tub stream. I'm trying, mate. I'm trying.
I was talking to him before. He was on before, and I was like, "Hey, Top, when's my hot tub stream going on?" And I also tried to convince him to get Anna to move to Brisbane so she could live with me. For some reason, he wasn't amenable.
Just collecting all our wives to be, aren't you, mate?
Yeah, look, what can I say?
Got a bit of a list going.
What can I say? I'm a good-looking rooster.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dave's been using contrast paints more. How good! They're awesome. Love them. So Wes.
Let's go back to Wes's.
Yeah. It's an interesting question. So I talk about feedback a lot because I think it's really crucial. But I think it's crucial not because of necessarily the feedback, but because of the mindset that comes with it. When you're asking for feedback, what you're looking to do is critically analyze what other people think about your work. Now, whether that lines up with what you think about your work or not, that allows you to create, some dialogue within your internal self about, hey, maybe that's right, maybe I could increase this, or maybe this is why, this isn't working, or maybe this is why this is working, right? So it's about being receptive to the idea that there are other people and other things in the world that can help you be better, and being willing to take those things on board. Now, it's very rare that you'll get feedback from posting a picture online or asking for feedback where you agree with everything. And in fact, if you do, then you probably need to check yourself before you wreck yourself, because you're then just doing what other people tell you to do, and not answering a question and asking a question yourself. So yeah, the art of the purpose of the feedback is sometimes less about what do I need to do for this to be better, and more being open to the idea that there is things you can improve and you're willing to do it.
The responsibility of the person giving you feedback, I think, is to identify the right sort of feedback to give you, right?
But it's so hard to get good feedback from the majority of the settings that we normally look to get feedback from. Like,
yeah,
Oz Painters on the Facebook group is a fantastic group of wonderful people. Very rarely will you get critical analysis about your figure. if you genuinely want good feedback that helps, you need to source that from an avenue where you know that you'll get what you require. And Bucks is right. There is a responsibility on someone giving you feedback, which is to be truthful and to give, you know, the information that you need to get better. Whether that's, you know, like Neo in the fucking Matrix, you're not the one, Neo. Sometimes you need to have someone tell you you're not that good, mate. You know, because then you're like, well, you know what? Fuck you. I might not be the guy, but at least I can do something, and I'm going to do that something, and I'm going to get better at it. And then you realise that you can fly and you can stop bullets with your hands.
It's all different elements in this. It's a huge, I mean, like, because you have mentorship where there's an even like another differing level of responsibility as a mentor, even though they might sit there and go, wow, this is my student, or, you know, my whatever's best piece they've done. But do I even want to tell them that? Like, how do I want to deliver that? Because if they're doing this now and I push the right buttons and challenge them in the right way, they can do better on the next one. So it's a whole Pandora's box, isn't it? You know.
It is. So to sort of answer the final question you had, I do think there is value in getting general feedback, but to really get like to the next step, you need to go and get that really critical, specific analysis about, you know, wherever, because sometimes it's not like, oh wow, I need to fix this one thing. Sometimes it's like, it's that light bulb moment where you suddenly understand what someone is trying to convey. You know, you can hear the same thing over and over and over, but sometimes it just takes a slightly different explanation for it to really click for you. So, yeah. Completely agree with Habbo's perspective there. Going into a group and someone saying he lacks contrast. Thanks, mate. What sort of contrast is it lacking? Thanks, man.
Yeah, the downfall of that sort of feedback is one of two things. It's either that they assume that you know what they're talking about, or they don't know what they're talking about. And
so where's if you're comfortable getting pounded about what you're doing, then chase down guys like Dave. Dave is very, very willing to give his time to many people. And I'm not saying everyone should just fucking jump on his fucking Instagram and pound him with messages.
I'm not Dave. Pound him into oblivion.
Yeah. But usually you'll either get a cursory no, I'm not going to help you, or a be better at this. But most people that I've asked have always been super willing. But I'm also very famous and popular and good looking, so that may play into why people are willing to give me their time. But yeah,
also, like, understanding how you work, and like, I know that I do well with positive feedback. Like, I thrive on positive feedback. That doesn't mean I'm adverse to negative feedback. I enjoy both and value both, or critical, we'll say, rather than negative. And sometimes, you know what? Sometimes negative as well. Sometimes you need to be told, "Oh, you shit."
That's a very funny point, Minimancer, yes. Habbo, you will definitely not see Dave in Madrid at Freak Wars. Sorry, mate. Yeah, I try to be very brutal on this stream with my feedback. Absolutely consciously brutal, because it's very rare for people to say what they think on the internet. So I try to do it. Now, Space Toy, g'day mate. I think I asked you a question about how your piece went that you entered on the weekend, and how was the feedback and how was the experience? Because I know you were feeling a little bit down. Nicky Jags has got a fucking dad joke for you.
Let it go through twice, because the conversation is spicy and going right now. I will ask you, sir, in one moment. Also, I'm shamelessly tucking into this little Valentine's Day present from Jub.
Did she get me fucking one? Actually, I should go get mine. I got one from my girlfriend. She did actually get me a present. She went to Melbourne and she went to Hague's. Got me some chocolate,
nice.
chocolate frogs.
I hope everyone in the chat's just a fiend for chocolate as much as I am.
I have a chocolate drawer in my refrigerator,
Mm-hmm.
which is literally just chocolate
Yeah.
on the meat tray. The whole tray is filled with little chocolates. So after dinner, I can be like, "Ooh, which little chocolate would I like to eat
Yeah,
right
Wes,
now?"
go get that done. Go get that done, Wes.
Get some chocolate right now. Oh,
All right. Before we get into a chat with Space Toy, let's just ask this question. Nickel Jugs, Mr. Jaguar, which bear is the most condescending? I don't know, sir. You tell me which one. Which bear? Yeah, that's good.
You're a disgrace, Randall. You're a disgrace. Chocolate frogs.
Oh, Dave's picked up a taste later in life. Good shit. All right, Space Toy.
Hopefully I don't enter any of my models in that competition, because I'd get fucking bashed for my mould lines. And the back of my models, jeepers.
If you don't mind me asking, what was the competition and what was the competition specifically, and then what was your competition like? Like, was this a Games Workshop Warhammer miniature based painting competition? Was it a free for all open? Was it more of a display competition?
And it might be good to post the piece that you took there, mate, because it was quite a tidy piece actually. Alright, I feel the need to airbrush some light from below.
Open several categories. Were you competing against some regional names? Like some good painters were there? One or two very good people, okay.
So if anyone's interested in why I'm doing this, this is why.
Oh, he's getting blasted. What are you using? Just Chimera's standard red?
Yeah, starting with the Chimera red, yeah.
Yeah, sweet. I'll have a look now while Trent does this.
Daisu Exorcist. G'day, mate. Welcome. Chocolate frog.
Yeah, the kill boss. I've seen that you're working on this over the last little while.
Who's that?
What's up?
Who's the lady who does box art for Moonstone? I don't think I know that. Who that is. Hey, Jen.
Hi, Jen. I quite like the latest bus that you're working on, Space Story. That caught my eye earlier today, this morning. I like the stony sort of like armor that you've gone for. I'm assuming it's stone, it looks like it. Like the colours you've used. I like the lighting. Should have a good look at it.
You're about to burn some calories on my dick. Oh, great question, Frog Jim. When is the best time to get feedback on a piece?
When it's finished.
I believe that is the correct answer, yes. And I think that that is the correct answer because it allows you to make your mistakes. You need to make your mistakes so that you can learn from them. And if you just, go and pop a thing up, a hard work in progress, and I see many people, and I won't name names, but there's some absolute fiends for it, who are always like, oh, just another little work in progress. Just a fucking work in progress on the 7,000th time of the same piece. Just want to get some thoughts. Hey, Joe. It's like, fuck, mate. Just go and do some shit, right? Just go and paint it. And then fucking finish it. And then fuck off. Stop posting the 17th fucking work in progress.
Yeah, I think, like, outside of just your general, like, disdain for it, there's some other things to unpack there, which is, like, for me, and my experience,
just going into a rage there at someone posting their fucking work and just trying to get some nice feedback. Oh, sorry, man, I just wanted to get some thoughts. And Dano's like, fuck off!
Yeah. I think that, like, ultimately it's like your piece, right? So, like, if you can't work through and find those solutions, that's okay. Finish the piece, get the feedback, apply it to the next thing you do, rather than trying to refine this one thing into being the best it could possibly be with, 10 different variations of feedback, like, from, all different punters with different ideas and perspectives. I think you're just putting yourself into a mixing pot that does more damage than good.
Yeah. To go off a rant for a moment, you need to make your mistakes. When you've made your mistakes, someone can go, hey, you did this wrong, and you can go, oh, I understand. Thank you for explaining. If you just go and do it after someone's been like, oh, my thing's frozen. If you just go and try and do something after someone said, yeah, you need to fix this, that doesn't necessarily mean you've learned why. So
yeah.
Stand by. You're probably going to lose bucks for a second while I fix my camera. I actually, when I painted that chick with the belly the other day, I just felt like, wow, I have got no fucking idea what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Literally was like, yep, I'm a fucking knob.
That is a model that I quietly cannot get around. There isn't an element on that I want to paint, have any interest in painting, or have any interest in seeing someone else paint. I mean, I think even Sergio did a phenomenal one, but I was just like, no, I don't.
Okay, let's go.
Yeah.
That is a good news story there, Space Toy, that your kids were excited about it. Good for you, mate. I'm sure if I had kids, they'd be excited about everything I did because I'm the fucking best.
Yeah, if your nieces and nephews are anything to go by. You get them quite razzed up on the weekend, though, I saw.
I did, yes. I ran them around like fucking lunatics. Yeah. It was glorious. No, that's good, mate. Hey, look, the only person you got to answer to is yourself. Don't care what competition it is. Yeah, I'll grab it down, Dave, because she's fucking shit. The only person you got to answer to is yourself. You might enter a competition with judges and they might say your piece sucks. It's okay. That's their perspective, and they're entitled to have that perspective, and they're, in some cases, volunteering, but in some cases paid to have their perspective. But that doesn't change how you feel about the work you've done. And if you feel like you've done a good job, give yourself a pat on the back.
Keep on to the next.
Keep on keeping on.
Yeah, Harvo, I've got a mantra over my painting area, finish it off perfect. That helps me so much. It's a great one to have, mate. I have a similar one, which is perfect stands in the way of progress.
I have one which says everything I paint is perfect, so I'm the king.
Yeah. King D.
King D. Big Donald. Yeah. Your wife must be intelligent, mate. Kid's got to get it from someone. Here's this chick, Dave. She's fucking shit house. I mean, I've done a little bit more work on it now, so she's not that shit house. But yeah, I can't get amongst it. I'm struggling with it.
Yeah, I don't like this at all, mate.
Yeah. You should fucking paint it, mate. See how you feel.
Nope.
Okay, let's go. I think it's tricky. I don't know if I've shown this guy much. Little bit of work.
I like this.
Yeah, nothing's finished, but we'll keep chipping away. I
can't imagine myself enjoying painting that. I think it's unanimous at this point that it might not be a Bobby D. Oh, I love this guy. Yeah.
I think I might change the majority of this surface to be rock, and just have the these pipings and the dragon be the metal bit, because it's too bronze, I think.
Yeah, I agree. I think that's a good choice. I thought, like, when we were talking about it on stream last time, that's what you were going to go for.
I thought,
like,
I was, but yeah, we'll do that. Apparently we're doing a fucking show and tell of my model. Oh no, did I break my fucking dude? Don't break, little guy. Yeah.
Hey, can you grab out the Valkyrie? I haven't even seen her yet. She's got a free-handed shield, right?
Which Valkyrie?
The Valkyrie at the back, who's like diving onto the big dude, onto the.
Oh yeah, I have. Yeah, I can grab her. Hang on. Yeah, so I did this guy. Well, I started this guy on yesterday's stream. Did some work on this guy. So he rides along. It's pretty good. Happy with how he's going. And
I don't know why, but I'm not liking that he's an orc. I thought he was.
Do you know? There's a second head in there, and there is a head that's a human. And I was like, and he's got a beard, and he looks like Leonidas. And I thought to myself, no, it might be nice to paint some different skin tones. And I'm fucking kicking myself now, absolutely kicking myself. So anyway, this big dude, I'm pretty happy with how he's coming along.
Yeah, he's come out really nice. Yeah. He's this is going to be a bit wank, but he's super on brand for this. Like he fits this piece really well.
Yeah, he's good. This chick, I need to do some work on the gold, right? But I'll answer that question for you, JC. Yeah, this chick. She's alright, actually. I'm pretty happy with
it. She's alright.
The gold still needs work, and need to come back. JC, this is what I've done on this stream so far. And I am relatively stupid. Like I'll knock things over pretty quickly. I make you guys look like chumps when it comes to speed. Not when it comes to painting, but when it comes to speed, I don't know that there's many people that can match me for speed.
The JFD, I see.
Yeah. Yeah, Dave, it is actually one of the biggest challenges for me, mate. Like when I was doing Camelot, I try to finish scenes. You know, like I'd try and do a full scene and then move on. Much harder to do that with this piece because they're all in the one scene in a way. So I'm struggling with, you know, staying motivated to continue, you know, when everything's still so far from being finished, you know. So far away from being finished. So that's tough, but yeah, we've got lots of different little things, right? So the reason I bounce around a bit is because it's like, well, I'm bored with something. Let's try a different model with different volumes, different textures, different values, different color palette, and it just brings a little bit of excitement into an otherwise dull day. It's a little True Lies quote for you there. A little bit of excitement in an otherwise dull day, Lavani.
No.
But it's a challenge. It's this sort of project is like, it's definitely been testing out my capabilities. Hey, like just being able to push through and do it. It's crazy. My thought process with airbrushing DC is very feel oriented. So I started with a red and then I moved into an orange, and when I looked at it, it looked too muddy. So I moved into some white so that I could add that intense orange color. And then when I did the intense orange color, I realized that I didn't have enough shadows, so I moved the shadows back in there. And that is the process that I followed. So that whole thing was not an experience decision. It was a, let's try this decision. Sometimes if I'm doing something that I understand, that I've done before, I can do it with experience. Because I tend to work with pretty dilute airbrush colors, it's not a real big issue. If you sort of don't like how something looks, you can usually tweak things and come back and re-add some contrast or, you know, whatever you need to do.
I want to add a few more elements to this bigger base, but I'm not sure there's enough space to do so. But it's got that not finished.
Anyone got any feedback on any pieces they'd like? I've given out a fair bit of feedback in the last few streams, but always happy to do so.
Or even just some cool stuff to show.
Yeah.
Has anyone seen anything cool on Insta? Or, you know?
Actually, I did see something cool on Insta. Antonio Penna. How good is that guy?
Oh, mate, I shared his faces. Yeah.
I remember when you were like, yeah, I don't know if this guy's that much fucking chop.
No, that's not me. That's Ben. I was all about him.
Oh. Ben's like, yeah, doesn't impress me, eh? And then he said the same about Kirill. And I was just like, okay, mate. I've lost all respect for you. You got nothing.
I actually went back and was listening to some of the Crystal Brush interviews earlier today and yesterday.
Which ones?
So Kirill's one for his Daniel Craig Terminator Crimson Fist.
Yeah.
Crimson Fist Terminator. I think Gene Haley had one on there.
Yeah. Was that with Gavin? Was that with Gavin Andrew?
Yeah.
Yeah. Doing the interviews. Yeah.
Yeah, I've just been going back through and sort of looking at those.
Oh yeah,
good. Shamelessly, I'm an absolute fiend for going back in time and looking at all the old cool stuff.
Yisong Glue is doing some great stuff, Dave. Hey, like just really incredible.
Is Yisong Glue? He's pretty influenced by Craftworlds. Is that the same guy?
No, he's more of he's an Asian style painter, and so He's more like Kyogo Murakami in the very smooth stipple blends.
Okay.
Yeah, but he did an orc recently that's fucking baller. Well, that's a good question, Wes. We'll give Space Toy some feedback, and then let's actually go and have a look at the Kickstarter page or the Kickstarter, the Instagram for Aquelarre, because I think it's
definitely worth a chat about.
Yeah. All right, I need to let a few bits and pieces in these dry. This is looking all right so far, I think. Just up the thing.
Oh, yeah. So this is what I was talking about earlier.
All right, let's bring this.
Which I think it's quite nice. I'm quite a fan of the color choice so far and the armor.
Okay, let's go. Andrew Jones, jonesing for some feedback.
Jonesy. He's a Jonesy now.
What is going on? Load up your fucking Instagram, Jonesy. What is happening here? There we go, Jonesy. That's just a normal day for Big Dano on the grams. Plenty of likes.
Oh,
plenty
just
of...
Just a hundred piece.
Just a cheeky hundo. There, mate. Just a cheeky hundo. It only says a hundo because it doesn't have...
it doesn't go higher?
It doesn't go higher. It doesn't let you, yeah. Let's look at this Bobby Dazzler here. Alright, well, I'd like to have a look at a picture so I could zoom in instead of this moving fucking thing that's happening. Whatever that's called. I like the colour palette. Colour palette's cool.
It's nice, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, nice sort of greeny metal. Like how you've got the teal alongside the other one. Gives you a nice distinction between the two.
Is it stone, mate? Is it stone, like stone clasped in steel? Yeah, it's all about reels, isn't it? Reels and videos and shit.
Maybe I need to start doing some reels. Yeah, fuck yeah, do some reels. I like it. I don't think it's progressed enough for me to give you any good feedback. Do some more, and then come back and see us. We'll be here next week.
Drop some Tyler Durden good shit. If reels is the way to go, let's splice some fun stuff into these.
Just a massive, videos, a massive Dano Donga halfway in a fucking single frame. Oh, that's a classic film. Great film.
It is.
Let's go look at Aquelarre models. I think it's on my thing here. How good is the grams going tonight? What is going on with my internet?
It's everywhere, mate. It was slow as fuck.
Sergio Chilvez. He is a great dude. Sergio Vilches. She's a great painter, May. Oh, that's Alessandro doing a watcher. That's a very complex model. I like him. Oh, Oliver. How did you get that?
Shout out to Topulus, who just recently did one.
I painted that model. It's a nice model.
Yeah, I painted it. I quite liked your version of this.
It was good. Here we go. I knew it'd be in the top thing. They're doing posts every day. So this is an upcoming Kickstarter from I think it's David Aroba and Agarbin Arroyo are the ones who are doing. That's some great Australian pronunciation there. Who are doing this Kickstarter. I haven't really loved any of their figures thus far. There they are, Garbinia and David, legends.
I like the Mila Djokovic Brom.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So I didn't buy this, but I thought about it.
Regrets? Or doubling down?
Yeah, I think old mate's got some, hasn't he? Jim's got some.
Yeah, Jim's got some. We can snag some.
Yeah, so I might get one. But yeah, I think I'd like to paint it. It's got really nice volumes, but this is a scary element. Like there's a whole lot of back.
Okay.
Got to get that right.
Got some. Yeah, this is true.
Sure, duns are on. I like this version more so than the other one.
Yeah.
I feel like it's telling more of an interesting story. The fish dude. Which fish dude? Oh, it might be something Almost painting. This, again, I liked, but I didn't like it enough to go, yep, I'm going to buy that.
That's the fish dude just above it, mate.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, this guy. Oh, yeah. Yeah, David Aroba did a good version of that too.
I think that's the fish dude, isn't it? Yeah, that's him.
Who did this version? Oh, this is Garbina's.
Aroba's done all of these.
No, that's actually Garbina.
Oh, that's not Aroba's.
She's nice. I like that too.
Let's get to the latest stuff though. That's what we're here for.
Yeah, Acolyte. Yeah, look, there's Fish Dude. Hey, that's jeez. That's nice non-metallic metal from Garbine there.
Yeah.
Get amongst it.
Face is a little bit flat, but outside of that.
Well, I don't think the face is finished. Jeez, you're a hard marker, Bucks. Come on now. All right, Yarns of the Elderwood. So this is their new Kickstarter, and I like this aesthetic. I like this vibe.
I like this guy. I like the lead guy. The opening salvo was a big fan of.
Yeah, this has got some pull for me. Some really nicely sculpted hair. Love a horn. Love the musculature of the volumes of the musculature. It's a tidy figure. It lost me a bit
something we like to talk about. It's got flow, you know.
Yeah. It lost me a bit with the lower half though. I don't love the lower half as much as I like the top half.
No. Take it in bus walk.
Yeah, but if I'm going to do a whole fucking diorama with all of them, then...
Can you calm down for fucking 8 seconds?
That's the only thing I think about when I see these Kickstarters now. I'm like, yeah, how can I put these all in one big fucking diorama? It's the dumbest fucking thing. Like, I got to stop. But, fuck.
Just chill out.
Yeah, see, look at that angle. He's like, this is my penis. You know? Doesn't look great to me. That angle. But that's a strong start. I like that. I like that guy. This is an absolute rip snorter.
Yeah.
Love this.
Really good.
Yeah, love this a lot.
Whoever's done their Insta marketing as well, like having the spinning wheel behind it.
Yeah, it's good. It's
How
good
good
stuff.
is it?
Yeah, I think you'll find that this is Garbine's baby. Would be my guess that she is all about this digital world because this has all got a very polished finish. Yeah, I love that. That's a great figure.
Yeah, that's really nice. Probably one of the best.
A rip snorter.
Sort of bog witch vibes. Hey, there's a lot of bog witches out there. But
Wes, a rip snorter is something that's very, very good.
Yes. Yeah, it is.
This one, love the pose, love the concept, but it moves into too busy for me. You know how you sometimes there's just too many things. Yeah, the beard's got a lot of bits. Yeah, spot on, Dave.
What happens if you kill it with something real neutral? You know what I mean? So that you let the rest of the.
But look at this, right? Look at how many layers of things there are, man. Like there's just too much doing. There's too much doing.
There is a lot.
There's nice.
I feel like it has the potential to be really cool.
Yeah, it's good. It's a fucking good figure, but that's a challenging to paint. Reminds me of the Green Knight from Thingy.
Yeah,
it's super impressive.
Someone will crack that piece, and it's going to look amazing. And then a lot of people are going to have a busy look at Braxa.
This is my favourite of the range so far. I love it. Is Yana in the background? Say hi to Jubs. Hi, Jubs.
Yeah. Jubbers, are you in the background?
This for me is my favourite because it goes the opposite way to the other one. Clean lines, clean detail, very clear concept. I love that she's riding a broomstick. You don't see much of that. The only one I can think of riding a broomstick is that Mindworks Games.
Eliza as well. Isn't Eliza riding a broomstick?
Yeah, but with the wolf underneath her, yeah. But you sort of get lost with the wolf. This is just her floating about on her broomstick. Love that. That's a great figure. This tricky babe, Amari the All Mother.
I think this is really cool.
This would be up your alley, Dave. Hey, this would be your Bobby Does Luck. Did they ask you to paint this, by the way? Did you get this one for a box art? Because this would be
Tell him. No.
This looks like,
It looks like a cool roll.
yeah, I think you'd crush this. Lots of nice little non-metallic metal bits and cool volumes for
Lighting as well.
stipulation.
Central lighting straight down. The way they've lit this is the way you paint it. I think.
This is my second favourite. Yeah, it's my second favourite. This to me skirts the line of too much detail, but I think it's just on the right side, just enough detail that you can really get into it. So the only one that's a real miss,
is real nice too.
the only one that's a real miss for me is the big unit because of the overly detailed and the old dude with the penis legs. But I think I'm in for all of them. Bust versions. This is a significantly better bust than it is a figure.
What about, is it Braxa, the big unit? What's he look like in bust?
I don't think they've released that yet. That is a glorious bust. That is a 10 out of 10 bust to go.
And I appreciate that there's like, for the female anatomy, the top of the torso's got stuff going on there.
Yeah.
Like, it's not just flat.
Yeah. Love this. Love that so much. You have a challenge, right, with the face. Obscuring the face is always a real tricky one to try and convince people to still look at it. But because you've got this really interesting shaped like lines coming into it, I think I would still go for that.
Dave's saying it's got a face option.
Yeah, that's the face option there. But I think
I'd just take the face option.
I still go that one, I think, because I like the shape and the flow of that big helmet. And that'd be just, like, that's prime non-metallic metal kicking your fucking teeth in right there. That'd be the best fun.
Speaking of Kickstarters, can I just have your Thingo from Enoch? The one that you've already painted?
Yeah.
Naomi, can I have it?
Yeah.
Thank you.
I've painted that figure.
I like this. Yeah, I like this figure. Did you enter this somewhere?
Yeah, Queensland Model Hobby Expo. Won a gold. I did like a tarnished bronze non-metallic metal. That's really good. Danzaron. Oh, this is mad. Look at this crazy guy.
Oof.
Get amongst it.
Yeah, all about it.
Does it start on the 23rd of this month, of Feb? I've seen that one.
Is that a red? Is that a Thingo one? A Green Castle?
Nah,
Could
be. Danzaron, these are two of my favourite models that you have painted. Love. Feels like you've really progressed on these, getting a lot better understanding of your painting. You know what you're trying to do. The values are super, contrasty, which I also love. I think your non-metallic metal's really good. Probably I would challenge you to try and get some more environmental colours into the metal. It's very, very black, cold steel at the moment. There should be some other tones in there. And I think you could probably increase the value on the face just a little bit more, because it is still getting lost in the metal a tiny bit on him. This guy's awesome. This guy's just fucking great.
Yeah.
I like him more than the vampire.
If it's a shop of colour, then I'm shopping at it. You know what I mean?
Oh,
yeah. Sign me up.
The blue nose, the magenta into the blue nose is awesome. Love it.
Yeah, and backing it up with like doing the blue steel armour as well.
Yeah.
Great choice.
Yeah, that's good stuff, mate. Well done.
Really like the tanned ochre sort of in the high value leather as well.
Flamion's a nutcase, eh?
Yeah, he's got a very interesting style.
Absolute nutcase. Whoa, look at that. This is the print and play one. I might have to check that out later on.
Yeah, do you go after? Yeah, you go after big stuff like that. And get out after it. I find that's probably, there's not a huge amount that I find intimidating, but mounts seems to be something that
I want to paint that. I want to paint that figure that Alfonso did. The big chick riding the dragon thing.
Yeah.
This is the reason I want to sign up for David Aroba's thing.
Just go into his profile.
The king. Look at him.
And just give it a little nudge.
Oh, look at this.
Yeah.
Fuck, you are the king, David. Oh, just, oh, yeah. Oh, get in. Oh.
Get him in there for best intro.
This is a fucking ball terror.
Yeah.
Look at this.
Yeah.
Just fucking calm down. Love it. That's a classic figure, by the way. That's a classic figure.
Welcome to the gush fest of the stream.
Oh, fuck. So him and Ruben Martinez, I think, are my favourite painters in the world at the moment.
Oh, Aroba's made it up there right now.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
this was the model that did it for me, this one. Like, my brain just melted at this.
Yeah.
Look at that.
You know what I love about this? If you get on that belt line, just the simplicity of understanding when to be like insane and when not to be.
Yeah.
He's just a master of it.
Yeah. Like if you look at the thing that does my head in about this, right, is he's got steel, he's got copper, he's got skulls, he's got leather, he's got fur, he's got skin tone, and every single one of those elements has been painted in a different style. Yeah. Like the skin's got this softness to it with still that texture. The fur's got a more rough texture. The skulls are super scratchy and harsh but less contrasted. And then you've got the two steel, like the two metallic elements that are completely different again. And you're just like, what the fuck is going on, mate? Like, seriously, how do you do that? I love him. Yeah.
David Aroba. The school of Ruben Martinez, maybe. I think Rodrigo's in there as well, eh?
Yeah. Well, Ruben is the creative director at Big Child, and I don't know that David's doing much work for Big Child these days, but he sort of cut his teeth in there with Ruben, and I think, in the last few years has really progressed in a massive way. So, Yawa, this was another one that I was impressed with. This is the other reason I wanted to sign up for the Kickstarter.
Yeah. Oh, name's Yawa.
Yeah. This one's another one.
This dwarf, mate. Look at that gold. Just sit on that gold for a little bit, eh? And you're just like, look at that little, like, just that one little clasp on his shoulder. Yeah. Okay, let's go.
Can he just calm down for a bit, eh? Look at that.
Nah. Keep going. Go nuts.
Like, he's just a fucking beast. But then he pulls something out like this.
Yeah, he's got a deep love for Lord of the Rings, eh? Yeah, he cracks out some Lord of the Rings things.
Hey, this is a great example of like musculature and volumes, and how to like the horse, and it's just.
I think it's also changing gears, right? Like we sort of talked about like all these different ways of painting. He's got styles, like he can do differing styles.
So let me throw like I don't love this figure. I don't think I've ever seen a paint job version of this where I was like, wow, I really love this giant squig. But I just marvel at the technique of this, the technique of the skin tone with the warms, oranges into the desaturated skin tone elements, drawing your focus to this face, the texture of the teeth.
Master of micro texture.
Yeah, he just magically transports his brush. Look at this, the face. I just find his approach to all of this stuff to be absolutely glorious, and I would like him to have my children.
At him, mate. At him. Let's go. At him right now.
Here he is.
Cruiser Brush 2023. At him.
Yeah. Okay, let's go.
Did you see Sergio recently put up where would you like to see me next in the world? Australia came out strong.
Love it. Okay, let's go. Look at that.
Yeah. I think this is like we've had a conversation about models / busts of the year. I put this in my bust of the year.
Yeah, but you're a Warhammer nuffy.
Nah, it's not even got anything to do with it.
You're a Warhammer nuffy, mate. Oh, Gorslav. I painted him. Did you copy me? David? I did mine with a red glow, mate. Stop copying Big Dano. Oh,
Yeah,
what is going on
Brick
here?
Row.
Oh, great. When's that going to be finished, David? And can you finish it now? So I can look at it? Fuck yeah, now. I love this guy. He's just a fucking jet. Oh, I didn't see him, Elder. Yeah, doing it in the style of the box art. That's nice. That's a nice concept.
Yeah, that's the best version of that done in that style I've seen so far.
Yeah, I've seen a couple of versions in that red style. There was one
Yeah.
that did the rounds on Twitter a while back, and it wasn't that impressive, but everyone was like, "Well, it was fucking great." I think he did this one on the Miniature Art Academy as well, which is one I want to check out. Pisces, that's my star sign.
Me too. Wait, you're a day after me, are you? You're the 7th?
Yeah, what are you, 6th?
6th.
Yeah, beauty.
Yeah.
It's hang on, March?
Yeah.
Yeah, sweet. Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
I think it's probably one of the worst models in the Kickstarter, actually. Don't love that. It's one of the least impressive.
Yeah, I'm not into snaky.
Alright. I've enjoyed my little David Aroba love
It's
fest.
been a good visit.
I'm going to go back and continue painting this champion now. Okay, let's go.
So I think I'm going to slap one of these big Rackham orcs on top of this base.
Oh, yes. One of the ones you picked up from Kara.
No, I got this one from Mark, from Mr. Sully.
Nice.
Actually, yeah. So Jim picked these up and he gave me one. He just said, "I'm not going to paint all of them."
See you, Mini Mancer. Sleep well for the 2 hours of sleep that you get, mate.
Yeah. See you guys. Take care.
See you, Dave. Talk to you soon, buddy. Dave and I got to paint some models for the charity. We're doing that Marvel United Kickstarter
You are.
with the Australian contingent.
Yeah.
Tried to put your name up, mate, and they were like, "We've already got."
Who's that? Who's that? Nobody.
We've already got 32 painters. Probably don't need a 31st that no one's ever heard of. Actually, it's like, yep, fair play. Fair play.
That's all right.
No, we'll be doing our collaboration soon, mate, and everyone will be getting on board.
We will be. I think although I want to add stuff to this, I don't think there's anything I can really...
Did you see Dave said he started using contrast paints?
I did.
Fuck, I'm changing the
And he's
world.
also breaking out of smooth.
I'm changing
which is,
people's lives one contrast paint pot at a time.
It's good to see. Even greats challenging themselves with new ideas, new things.
He was wildly impressed with my figure that I brought down to look at.
Which one? Your blue one?
Both. The blue one and
Yeah,
the
I know.
ones.
He really liked the blue one. When I told him I got it, he was like, "Man, that's one of his best ones this year." I'm like, "I know, that's why I got it."
You say this year, right? And most people would be like, "Oh, you mean last year?" No, this year. Jano son like
Yeah.
eight figures this year. G'day, Plank.
How did you think Benny finished up?
Look, he gave me a message, right? He's
Yeah.
like, "Oh, what did you think of my orc?" And I feel bad, right? Because sometimes I probably go too hard on him. But I just said, it's the best thing you've painted, but you really let yourself down by doing such a dog shit job on the shield. Like, the shield is so flat and boring compared with everything else. It's lacking colour. You know, it's like there's so much interesting brown that he's got on there, and then he's got this fucking boring shield with a limp logo. and it's such a prominent part of the piece. Like, I don't know that. I'll bring it up on the screen. I don't know that it's a fair, like, hammering of him, right? And I tried not to be too.
Well, being that he ran it back a few times on things, it's safe to say that if anything, it was probably just fatigue.
Yeah.
But you also do like to give it to him at 100, and he also likes to receive it at 100.
So, like, we gave him a fair bit of feedback throughout the process. Not massive, like just little tweaks towards the end. And I really like what of those pieces he took on board, particularly the
Metal.
Yeah, the metal, particularly on that scale mail. Like, it went from being a grey to now looking like metal, right? Everything about that reads as metal now, all over, not just the helmet and the thing, but everything, and that is an awesome thing. The skin tone, it's not my favourite, but I like it, and I think it's convincing, and I think it works well. The pig shoulder, yeah, I can take it or leave it, but nice to see him try something different. The brown of the belt buckle on the left side is unimpressive, but it's such a small element that you don't really get, that much of an issue. But when he did the shield in that drab brown, boring brown, with a very quick and dirty version of the logo, I just think one of my boss, he's got a fucking fantastic quote, said, "In a journey of 100 miles, 95 miles is halfway."
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the last 5%.
It's the last 5%. Like, that's half the challenge, and it feels like to me he got to that last 5% being the shield, and he just was like, "No, I'm tapping out."
Yeah.
And if he had have pushed just an extra smidge, made the I would have preferred to see the shield be like blues and something. But the wood, it's just such a swing and a miss. How do you feel about it?
I know that Ben is sort of doubling down on the journey that he's on right now with texture and his colour palette.
Yeah.
I would love to see him do a bit more with colour, but I don't think that's any surprise. I really like the face. I like the pig head is a big part of the story that he told for this.
Yeah.
So again, it's not what I would have done, but I appreciate that he went in a direction that no one else has gone with it.
Yep.
It's the best non-metal metallic to date that he's painted.
For sure, by a country mile.
I would have loved to have seen a dousing of contrast in any of your gold selections over the belt buckle.
Yeah.
Just to pop it off the naturally sort of drab colours that Benny likes to use.
Yeah.
It would have been like even just a super watered down glaze of Nazdrag, Fugan, or Eandon, I think it is.
Yeah.
Any one of those three would have been a great choice. You could have even done, to be honest, a snakebite leather because it has like portions of green in it, so like you could get something out of that if you wanted to keep it in the drabber tone.
Yeah.
I like his little goblin friend on the shoulder, and I know that he said that he was really annoying for him to paint, but I think that he's hit the light source really nicely on the bridge of the brow and the front of the head that like can be challenging when you're doing two heads so close to each other and getting the light source right on one and on the other without them looking like.
Let me give him a compliment that you won't hear me say very much, but the skin on that little guy is Aroba-esque. It's got a really nice balance of warmth and colour and textures and values and everything. It just feels right. Love it.
Yeah.
And then
I would have liked to have seen, like, I get this because I think he was well aware that I think I'm on my metal here, but I would have liked to have seen him lean into some oranges and oxides into the metal.
Yeah. He started it, but he hasn't gone deep.
Yeah, I wanted to see him go deep, like Band-Aid off, like, streaking down from the bolts.
Yeah, but I think his real mission that he's struggling with is like balancing saturation with value. He just, he's struggling to get. I reckon he needs to start playing around with contrast paints, right? Like, because that's my answer to that question.
Yeah,
and
it's a really good, you can engage with contrast paints at a beginner, advanced, and beginner, intermediate, and advanced level. That's the cool thing about it, right? Like, it's pretty friendly all the way through. Look,
just say it.
Again,
just say it.
Anything else
just
would
say
probably
it.
be stylistic choices now.
You're with me. You're with me on the shield, aren't you?
Yeah, I was about to start on the shield now, specifically. I want, I just want colour in wood, regardless of if they're supposed to be or not.
Yeah.
I am, all for purples, teals, oranges, just bang it in there, because it makes the wood just look so interesting and alive.
100%.
And I think you might have noticed that, and not sort of to reference myself against this, but the one reference I've got of a big wooden shield you own, and that shield's got, I tried to get as many colours in it as I could, just for interest, because otherwise it can be a little bit, it can be like a large surface that just repeats the texture.
Brown is one of those colours, right? If you get brown wrong, it's flat, it's uninteresting, it's dull. But brown can also be one of the most interesting, because you can get pretty much any colour in there, and it fits.
Well, yeah, because it's made of all colours.
It's a mishmash. So you can put anything in a brown and it'll work. And that's where he's gone wrong here. He's just gone, yep, this is my brown and this is how I do. And that's me done. Thank you. And it's just such a missed opportunity, in my opinion.
That said, it's definitely the best piece he's painted. And
Easily. Easily.
It is fantastic,
Easily the best piece he's painted.
Yeah.
And I said that to him. But when I keep sort of having the same conversations with him, which will sound, I guess, counter to some of my normal feedback, which is just, mate, you got to push through. The last 5%, that's what's really let him down in the last few pieces. Now, he's reached a point where he's not enjoying it anymore. No problems. If you want to stop, you stop. But he is on a journey to try and really get better, and I think he's sort of harming himself. It's Ben X Leighton space to it. I think he's harming himself by not really going that extra 5%.
Feel like I only fairly should throw myself in the ring now for some fair feedback. I don't think I've caught your opinion of the finished product of the Sharky that I did.
Danzeron, I haven't used Liquitex inks, no. I was actually at Officeworks today and I was looking at some. I considered buying some, but no, haven't ever used Liquitex.
Pick up the white one, man, for sure. I've got a good swathe of them. The white one's really nice. The turquoise one's really nice. The red one's pretty bold. Magenta's nice.
I may actually have the white one, but no, I'd probably get like a chestnut or something to have a play with. But no, the contrast paints are a really good product that just sort of work for me. I find them really user-friendly, good intensity, good variety of colours. You can mix most of them together and they won't muddy up that much. So I haven't felt the need to go and be like, oh yeah, I need to get me some more colours to try.
Yeah, it's usually a toss-up between them and Delaroni ones, right? Della and Roni ones are the two that people talk about the most.
Actually, that's the white ink I've got, is the Della and Roni. Well, I guess that rules out Alfonso from using them then, doesn't it?
I think there's a great lesson in there about speaking so definitively.
Oof! JC. Yeah, they are very, very good, strong, not user friendly but excellent paints.
Yeah, there's a free like painting unlock on your level up, like, you know what I mean? With the first time you start using chimeras, you're like, hold up, wait a minute.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, this is just unlocked something.
Yeah, they
For
just
me.
they don't mix anything else in it, mate. Like, it's just literally, here is your
pigments.
here is your pigment in an extremely concentrated form. Feel free to inject it straight into your model's veins. You got your Sharky posted somewhere, have you?
Yeah. You can go onto my Instagram or whatever if you want to.
I don't really want to go on your Instagram. I can't zoom in.
Yeah, well, they'll be in Discord as well.
Okay, let's go. Okay.
I just feel we've had a whole big stream all about feedback, receiving, you know, different forms of it. We've done some feedback. Potato photo.
Yeah, potato. Yeah, that's a dog shit quality photo.
Won't do much with it. That's all I've got at the moment.
Look, I very much like your style of painting. I'm sure you're aware of that. You remind me of a younger and much better Deno. I think the face is a real standout, and that's as it should be. Really drawn by all of the textures and the values and the interest that's happening in the face area, which is awesome. You know, this whole you know, the highlighting in the recesses is just such a Spanish and cool style. I love it. I notice you improved this area. Thank you. As it wasn't as strong.
Which area?
This upper part of the head, the green.
Yeah.
Yeah, overall, love the colour palette of the green and, you know, magenta / peach skin tone. Really nice, interesting colours. Like the way you've modelled the skin colours together. Like the little splotches of red that's happening. You know, that's just, again,
That's purple. That's fluoro pink.
Yes.
That's how shit my camera is.
Yeah, you need to fucking get a better camera. I tell you the thing that I like most. It'll probably come as a shock. These things. That's a really nice, like, color, soft transition. You know, perfect balancing to the dark green, but not detracting. Like, I just think that those bone hanging things are really classy. Well done. The steel non-metallic metal is not as strong as the gold.
Yeah.
That's not strong. The hook's pretty good. These aren't very good. The gold, on the other hand, is excellent, and I know you struggled with that up a bit. It's good.
Yeah.
Where I would improve, so the steel for one. This red and white is distracting, not helping the piece for me. I feel like it's, you know, trying to grab attention down the bottom. Not really an area I want to be grabbing attention. The leather's fine, not as impressive as like the bone and stuff. You might have been better served by using like Kirill's red leather. You know how like instead of using that brown, go into the red tones.
Yeah.
That might have been a better leather palette for this piece.
Yeah, I got really lazy in there and you know, went for like triple contrast whack.
Yeah,
and
it's a small element, right? So it's a minor element. I think you've got so much happening, right, that I'm hesitant to recommend adding more visual, you know, stuff. But I do think that large skin area would have been well served with something.
The tattoo. We talked about a tattoo,
yeah.
Briefly. I said,
like
what
an
do you
like
think
an
about
anchor
maybe a
tattoo or something, like an anchor. I think just in the same way that David Aroba did that sort of more subtle tattoo on that orc skin.
Yeah.
It didn't need to be like black, dark tattoo contrasted against the super bright skin, because that would have the opposite effect. It'd be grabbing too much attention because it's the biggest contrast on the model. So something with a little bit less black, a little bit more stuff, would have been cool. I think the teeth maybe read a little bit too close to the gold. Could have maybe made those.
Yeah. This is so between the teeth, the belt, the eyes, which are also yellow, the gold and the bone plus the strapping. I was like, okay, I've spent too much in this color. Like I've cashed in too many checks here.
Yeah.
I think for the most part it's fine, but I could have lent into like a black tooth, maybe, like those sort of like claw-like or something like that, just to keep it neutral and knock out, like using the same.
Would have made the gold more impactful, right? Would have made the gold just read a little bit more like gold, because at the moment that ring that he's got in his lip, that doesn't read like gold. That reads like a tooth.
It reads like a tooth.
You don't see it until you look at it and you're like, oh, that's actually a ring in his thing. Whereas the one on his ear, the one at the top, nice.
Yeah.
Perfect. So that's an example of how, colours surrounding an area can really influence what something looks like.
Yeah, and it's also balancing the angle as well for your gleam points. Like, because I painted all of the gleam points on that lip facing frontwards. So, like, if you take the frontward look, you can see all the shines, but right there, you absolutely can't. Like, and it looks like a fucking tooth's gone through his lip.
Yep.
So, that's the whole paint. You've got to paint from multiple angles. I need to get a lot better at that.
But yeah, this is overall. Look, Space Toys just said an interesting thing. Bucks is just all about vibrancy, intensity of colour, which is, I like to call it the School of Deno. He's an avid student at the School of Deno, which I'm a massive fan of. So it's an example of how you can get value without needing to compromise saturation, which is great. There's the front on angle. Look, mate, great piece. That might be the same angle, actually. I don't care. Good work. 10 out of 10. Don't think it's your best.
No? What did you think? Harold's still the best?
Yeah, I think Harold's still better.
Yeah.
Because you just got the balance better on Harold.
Yeah. I think that's fair. A fair assessment.
From a technical perspective, I think this is painted better. So your technical proficiency is improved, and you can see that from this piece. But it's now about decision making and thinking more about the various values and how everything's interacting and so forth.
Right now, like, I feel like in sort of pushing this endeavor, it's probably no secret, like, heavily influenced by yourself, and both of us are heavily influenced overall by the Spanish approach methods to painting miniatures. I feel like I've picked up a wild brush, like, that I'm trying to tame with all of the micro detail, and like trying to, like, understanding that face was like, it was a lot of goes, you know what I mean? Like, constantly building towards this same sort of goal. And it wasn't until maybe the third or fourth run of doing all of the lighting inside the lines, those line work, that I started to be like, oh, I actually get this now. Like, versus like living in that space of trying to understand it. Like, so I'm looking forward to the next opportunity to try that. But overall, I think I agree with a lot of what you said. I think it could have been a bit harsher in some areas, but cheers. Fire your question away, Mr. Jags. And why do fathers take an extra pair of socks when they go golfing? Why, my friend? Please tell me.
In case they get a hole in one. Come on, Bucks. It's fucking obvious. You're killing me.
You're ruining the stream content, mate.
Nika Jags.
Don't be that guy who steals the punchline.
Nika Jags is ruining the stream content. You're absolutely right.
And thank you for the positive words in chat as well. I appreciate it.
Party Laden's having a stroke. 10 out of 10. Is that about my painting or about the bad joke?
Space Toys, shooting for a song.
What can I sing for you, sir?
Everything is awesome.
Everything is awesome. Everything is cool. It's got a bit of what? Everything is cool when you're part of a team. Everything is awesome when you're living on a dream. That's a great film, by the way.
I tried to be unimpressed with that film. I don't know why, because sometimes you just don't want to enjoy something for no good reason. And I couldn't. I was like, the song does my head in, but everything else about that film I enjoy. I think it's good. Do
you know what was great about that film? Every fucking moment that Lego Batman was on screen.
Yeah, he had a vibe.
Yeah, first try.
Yeah.
That's great.
Have you seen the trailer for the new Jurassic Park?
I have, yes.
What do you think?
I'm a massive Jurassic Park nuffy.
I would have never have picked it.
I went to see the very first Jurassic Park at the cinemas with my dad when I was, I reckon, 8 or 9.
Straight question.
What needed to come out?
Did you absolutely shit yourself?
I shat myself.
Fucking mauled that dude in the cage.
I shat myself. My dad was like, "Are you sure you want to go see Jurassic Park? Like, it's probably scary." And I'm like 8, and I'm like, "Yeah, Dad, let's fucking go. Okay, let's go." And yeah, I remember walking out of the cinema and my mum thought I'd seen a ghost. She was like worried that I was gonna have a heart attack.
So to add to that, you're 3 years older than me, and I saw it at the cinema as well. So you can imagine what that raptor did to me.
Yeah. So when was it? 91 did that come out? I feel like it was 91. So I would have been...
No. 92.
92, yes.
I only got to Australia in 91.
Yeah, so I was 8 or 9. And I just remember being a lot scared.
Yeah. Moira.
Was that Jimbo?
Jimbo's here as well, yeah.
What's going?
G'day, Jim. You're on stream, mate. I hope that's alright.
Oh, okay.
You're on stream, Jim. Alexis.
Speaking of trailers, did you guys see all the other ones that dropped? Like the Lord of the Rings?
I haven't watched the Lord of the Rings one yet.
I did see the Lord of the Rings one.
I'm at that space with Lord of the Rings where I'm like, I don't know why, but I'm hesitant. I haven't explored these feelings, but I'm hesitant, Jim.
I'm scooping on the whole hype train for that because of the crazy levels of stupidity that are flying around it. I'm just like, yep, I will happily watch this show and froth about it and enjoy it. I don't need to read the hundreds and thousands of comments about people who think it's sacrilegious to Tolkien's vision about X, Y, Z and all this sort of stuff. It's just like, come on, guys.
People getting salty.
Oh my god, it's awful.
Yeah. Bench it, like fucking...
What I'm going to say is there's a small little clip in the trailer, and if you freeze frame it, there's 4 dwarves. And one's cracking an axe and breaking a stone ledge. It looks awesome.
Did you just hear Ray in the background when he said there's 4 dwarfs? You just like, oh,
yeah.
Enough with the dwarfs.
Hang on, it's Valentine's Day. Was that sound from the dwarfs or was that sound from something else?
That was the dwarf comment. They heard you sighing in the background when I said dwarves.
Yeah. The Doctor Strange, movie's going to be unreal. Can't wait.
Oh, that's good.
Can't wait. Yep, I'm ready.
Quite like Mr. Cumberbatch.
I'm ready. I think these are horns. I think these are antlers, by the way. JC asked that before. Yeah, I am so romantic that I got my girlfriend absolutely nothing but a night off from me, and she was thrilled to bits with that.
That is a truly great gift.
It is a gift that everyone can appreciate. Jim, if you come and have a look on the stream, mate, you'll see Bucks has actually got his head on the stream.
He's got his. Oh, it's game time. He's got his red bandana.
Through the magic of technology, mate, I've been able to manufacture this.
I'm actually.
I have
building
seen
a
him
base
on
Jimbo
stream
for it.
before, so I like it.
I'm painting. I'm building a base Jimbo, just the way you like it, mate, for the orc that you gave me from Mark.
Ooh, okay, very cool. Is that a bit of? I'm assuming that was a little bit of a pun on baking, and you were not baking a cake, but indeed a base.
I was indeed baking a base. There's absolutely no way that I would be baking anything that you could eat.
Yeah.
Those days have passed me.
I don't know, man. You have really, really bad luck with
Yeah,
takeout.
yeah, this is true.
Yeah,
I do get stitched up on the reg.
you do.
Oh, go Rhiannon.
How's the diorama coming up?
I think I said I was going to put it together tonight, didn't I? Did I say that?
You did. Yeah, you did.
I have mad regrets. Yeah, well, I guess we'll put it together in a sec and have a look and see how we feel.
What a segue.
Thank you. Yeah, look, we had a chat about it earlier on. It's getting to that point now where I'm feeling some of the fatigue from painting 10 figures in a diorama. And that's a challenge that I have to somehow overcome.
He's in the 8th round right now. He's got 4 more rounds to go. He's on the ropes. He's getting rope-a-doped a little bit. He's got to come back for the hero's punch, the knockout.
Are you digging deep, Dano, and you're gonna push through it, or are we gonna
Adrian, I did it!
sub out the second Hardy brother and do another thing, or?
We haven't decided yet. We talked about it earlier. Whether or not I can continue and find the extra gear to keep going, or whether I am upping stumps and starting something else for a bit. We're not sure.
We just decided, Jim. It's going on to the base.
Yeah, I'm gonna do some work on the base and see if that helps my motivation, bringing things a little bit closer to completion. I think what's getting me down right now is just the lack of sense of progression, because I've got 10 models and not a single one of them's finished.
Right.
9 of them have progressed, but not a single one's finished. So, but let's pull it together and see how we feel, because I think that'll help. I'm just going to finish this little bit of bone that I'm painting and enjoying right now. Lovely little bone. I have to go and add some more orange light from below, probably. But yeah, it's always good to not be zoomed super close when you're painting, because what looks on screen like, why the fuck is that so shit, Dano?
Does that take a little while to get used to? Being able to get that perspective midst painting?
That's actually one of my favourites, Randall. I like that one. It can be distracting, yes. It can be distracting. Especially when you, like in some cases, not all cases, but the camera can sometimes make it look better or worse depending upon your exposure or other settings that you have. So
Do the old eye test.
yeah, so I like to, I'm constantly checking the screen to make sure everything's in shot, but I try not to read too much into how it looks on the screen.
I asked for one. Don't know. I asked for one.
I know,
single.
mate. You
I've
started
learned
it, right?
my lesson.
Right.
I made a huge mistake.
World's biggest pest, right? You open the door. That's all I'm going to say, mate. There's no one to blame in this situation but one person, and his name is Andrew.
That's the Western line, isn't it? I made a huge mistake. Yeah, I think it is.